you're the only person that you ever have to appease or search your weaponry by stepping in DSDs. But you gotta know that nobody gets any guarantees. Seize opportunity, embrace your development, replacing the elements, erasing irrelevance, facing the blatant display of decay and our elegance. Merrick was a man, not an elephant. Sell him on the merit of the self-reflection, minimize any malevolent misdirection, keeping them at a downright distant disconnection, an example of natural selection. And I might be slightly erratic, ghost in the shell, I'm a light in the attic, and I'm quite the dramatic, I'm in it for the attention, ready to ascend and transcend dimensions. Alignment is just a part of the process, and lately I've been making some progress. I'm finding the defining the balance of good and evil, and people is nearly an impossible conquest. Regardless, stay CG, only way I know how to be, when I combine my char with OTIC. An outlaw like I'm Robin HOOD. I made it through the rubble, now they got trouble with me.
Who goes there? Why you dummies always coming in my lair like you want the smoke? All these wannabe heroes underprepared for the nightmare and despair that they dare to provoke. Most folk are doing their best to avoid me. Floor full of bones of the people that annoy me. Every now and then I get a couple of daredevils with the audacity to think that they can destroy me. Good luck with that, man. I got panoramic vision, meaning that I can see in any direction with precision. If it's your decision to attack, I suggest that you come back when your plans had a bit of revision to it. Notably, you should accept defeat. Consider this your last opportunity to retreat. Repeat, that was your last chance to survive. I hope that you enjoyed your time being alive.
You foolish for ignore the warning. Now you'll be dead before the morning. You should've looked over your shoulder. You're in the eye of the beholder.
I am the tyrant, get it? I've actually been told that I'm a pretty funny guy. Wait a minute, what were we discussing? I lost my train of thought. Oh, that's right, you were just about to die. How could I forget that? It's my favorite part. The only thing left to consider is where to start. In addition to magical abilities, I'm smart. I can make your demise art. Anyway, it appears that the wizard in your party is a gnome who was worth about the same as if he would have stayed at home. I'll activate my anti-magic cone, and in a moment I'll turn him into stone. When the barbarian inevitably flies into rage, I'll disintegrate her with one of my eye rays. By the way, I haven't even begun to try. Fly by and take a bite of the fighter's thigh.
You foolish for ignore the warning. Now you'll be dead before the morning. You should've looked over your shoulder. You're in the eye of the beholder.
While the fighter attempts to collect himself, he bleeds out on the space I dismembered him in. I wouldn't waste time telling me your names. I can guarantee that nobody's ever gonna remember them. Then again, you'll be on the list of my victims at the bottom of a column of other anonymous prey. You should take a minute to reflect on the day and the last words you'll ever say. Time's up, you're the lone survivor, the last one left. And halfling rogues are admittedly deft, but you broke into my home and you've stolen my time. I'm afraid I cannot allow theft. Throw you up into the air with my telekinesis. Finger of death to obliterate you into pieces, and that's that. Wink and a tip of the hat. That was good for my practice. Thanks for the chat.
You foolish for ignore the warning. Now you'll be dead before the morning. You should've looked over your shoulder. You're in the eye of the beholder. Yeah. You foolish for ignore the warning. Now you'll be dead before the morning. You should've looked over your shoulder. You're in the eye of the beholder.
A glass cannon is a character that can put out obscene damage very quickly, but is also incredibly frail.
I'm the one that gets it done in the clutch, so you know I never really gotta worry too much. I'm a glass cannon, glass cannon. You don't even want a dose of the smoke, so I'm recommending that you never try to provoke. A glass cannon, I'm a glass cannon.
If your objective is blatant confrontation and you haters have greatly underestimated my station, I dominate with divination, I conquer with conjuration, I'm bonkers with evocation, I'm astonishing at abjuration, patiently waiting for my invitation to help alleviate my already unbelievable reputation. combination of a spell slot. I got 27 in the clip, missiles emitting from my fingertips like warships. That's a handgun, damn son, shooting from the hip. Only one using telekinesis to get a grip. Cantrips waiting to be cast off. Prismatic wall, make 'em all blast off. Cackling my ass off, incapacitating them with laughter. Yazzik ain't the caster you wanna go after.
I'm the one that gets it done in the clutch, so you know I never really gotta worry too much. I'm a glass cannon, glass cannon. You don't even want a dose of the smoke, so I'm recommending that you never try to provoke. A glass cannon, I'm a glass cannon.
Anyone wanting to interfere can get weird and witness your worst fears in a 30-foot sphere. I don't care if you're a barbarian or a cavalier. Kick it into high gear, let me make myself clear. The pioneer, I can make your peers disappear. Send them to the ethereal plane as if they were never here. Cheers roaring in my ears, dearly revered. I'm happy to domineer any volunteers. Sincerely out of control, top of the totem pole. My cone of cold is freezing them fire trolls whole. I got the strap, just looking to trap souls. I've been snapping my firebolt, leaving smoldering holes. It's incredibly difficult not to acknowledge me. I am a prodigy, you'll read about me in your mythology. No apologies, I'm impossible to demolish. Consider this admonishing, second guessing my polish, you bitch.
I'm the one that gets it done in the clutch, so you know I never really gotta worry too much. I'm a glass cannon, glass cannon. You don't even want a dose of the smoke, so I'm recommending that you never try to provoke. A glass cannon, my glass cannon. I'm the one that gets it done in the clutch, so you know I never really gotta worry too much. I'm a glass cannon, glass cannon.
The general strategy is to either destroy the enemy before being attacked, or to hide behind other, stronger ally units.
I'm like a falling star, I burn alone. I've got a heart without a home. Underneath this empty sky, just waiting for a sign. And it seems to me that gravity has got its hold on me, but I'm about to break free. Mothership, take me home tonight. Help me find a way to turn this darkness into light. Oh, mothership, take me home tonight. Help me find a way to turn this darkness into light. Like a flare without a spark, a shadow wish into the dark. Far across the galaxy is where I dream to be. And it seems to me astrology has got its plans for me. I just gotta believe. Oh, mothership, take me home tonight. Help me find a way to turn this darkness into light. Oh, mothership, take me home tonight. gunship, take me home tonight. Help me find a way to turn this darkness into light. Oh, mother gunship, take me home tonight. Help me find a way to turn this darkness into light. Falling star, I burn alone. Got a heart without a home.
Some see me as a cynic. They come in for the bass, but they stay for the acidic. I've been on that paper chase, keeping pace for a minute, and I'm aiming to appreciate the moment while I'm in it. Genesis a menace on the mic, so sinister. You might get some venom from the bites I administer. Winner from the start, superstar with the finisher. I got a decent heart, but I'm hardly a minister. A bardic apprentice, I'm innocent as a lamb. Worm like I'm Dennis, I don't dare to give a damn. Firm in the philosophy, I am who I am. I'm a carbon commodity, I need to be verified on the gram. Tightrope walking the it and the super ego. Lifeboat liable to fire the torpedoes. Keeping to the credo. I'm free to achieve the dream, or at the very least, I can release some of my steam. Alignment is just a part of the process, and lately I've been making.
Warning: the following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome back to the Bard's Playhouse Presents Fists of the Ruby Phoenix, Episode 2, Irori's Temple. Thank you so much for joining us. Now let's bring in our wonderful cast, shall we? We have Eldritch Sugar as Merla Thorngage.
Always great to be here.
Shane as Sir Hop of Lily Pond.
Huzzah!
Abe as our errand Cloud Striker.
Pew pew.
And Elliot as Bubblegum Sweet.
Hello, hi, I'm cute and adorable, and that's all you need to know.
As always, I'm Lumpy Bronzearm and will be your DM for today. Last time, our story began in the living quarters of the good ship Candy Celeste. 4 contenders awoke in the morning nearing the island of Bon Mu, known to some as Danger Island. Handpicked and invited by the powerful sorceress Hao Jin herself, 32 teams descend upon Bon Mu to compete in the Ruby Phoenix tournament, a once-per-decade competition for the best of the best, vying for glory and the chance to receive a single magical item from the vault of the Ruby Phoenix, a massive trove collected over centuries. As the ship neared the island, rain began to fall, and it was attacked by a giant squid and 2 massive flying predatory birds known as rocks. With keen shield blocks, precise boom shots, radiant healing magic, and volatile primal forces, the group managed to take down the birds and scare off the squid. With the ship safe, land was spotted from the crow's nest, and our group of contestants were rowed to shore. Upon arriving on the beach, an odd group of ragtag misfits hailed the new arrivals. Introducing themselves as Tino's toughest, the excited adventurers were eager to get to know their new competition. The rules of competition were relayed out but to all by Sifu Sho Nuo, the elderly attendant of the Ruby Phoenix tournament. 32 teams have arrived to the island of Bon Mu. Only 8 will qualify for the tournament itself. Who will make the cut? And we'll find out pretty soon, I think. Today, we're coming in on the beaches of Bon Mu. Our group here has just met Tino's toughest, one of the competitors that you'll be vying against for one of the top 8 places within the Ruby Phoenix tournament, the preliminary rounds. You've met Tino, who is the sort of de facto leader of the group. He's a human paladin of Irori, who is the god of perfection. His best friend from childhood, Takatora, the Tengu sword fighter. the ever so quiet ninja Ji-yuk, the kitsune, and their dragonborn sorcerer Yabin the Just. So when we last left off, you had heard that you had learned of the rules of the competition, and Shifu had teleported away, and I believe you were wanting to go to a river's head to find fresh water. Is that correct?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
And just, what was Shifu's whole name? Because you said a lot more than just Shifu, and I know
Yes.
in Chinese Shifu means master, so like, what was the name of this guy?
All right. Since you asked for pronunciation and stuff, let me disclaimer this. I did minor in Asian studies, so I've only studied a little bit of Chinese, tiny bit of Chinese with Japanese. So I'm going to butcher a lot of the names and words in the Fist of the Ruby Phoenix. I'm trying my best. I'm trying to Google things before I say them. But yes, Sifu's full name is Ho Luo. It's XHO, Ho, and Luo, Luo. That is my best attempt at pronouncing that correctly. Ho Luo.
H, huh?
Yes, XHO, Ho.
All right.
Yes, but Sifu is fine. Sifu is acceptable.
Yeah, that's like a title, so they know who you're talking about.
Master or commander kind of a thing. Yeah.
This must
Master's
be-
probably closer.
That must be Cantonese, because I'm like, I don't know what XH usually would mean, but Ho makes sense.
I did have to Google it. I looked it up ahead of time. Yes, it's Ho. I would have
Okay.
pronounced it Sho myself, but yeah, it's Ho. Yes, there's your answer.
Thank you.
Yes, of course.
Well, let's get some fresh water.
Let's get out of here.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's boogie.
So Ingdani, the human who was sent to be your guide, walks up and says, "Yes, of course, we can get you close to the fresh water. It is only about an hour's walk away to the northeast. Yes, but let us get started." And so she says, "Just this way," and she shows you to a small clearing within the trees over here to the east. And you are all fairly quickly able to get relatively lost within this thick, almost rainforest-like island jungle. And you have about an hour or so walk. So if there's anything you need to speak with or any questions you have for Ingdani, now is perfect time.
Donnie,
Yes, of
I've-
course.
I've noticed this is a very dense jungle, and I don't know the details, but one or more of my compatriots have heard rumors of the creatures on this island. Is this something that we need to be worried about?
Oh my, yes, of course. The Bonmu has many dangerous denizens here. It is said that many hundreds of years ago there was a large tsunami, a wave of water that left the island, leaving a land bridge between here and the mainland. Many creatures of large size were the island, and when the water returned, they were trapped here. And I do not know what you know of island dwellers, but animals on islands tend to grow large. So yes, there are many dangerous creatures here that are not native to this island, but have come from the mainland.
I see. Are there... Perhaps this is asking too much, but...
Before you ask that, I want to actually cast Discern Secrets.
Oh, sure, absolutely. That's just a cantrip. So what would you like to know?
I just want to know, like, if the information she's telling us is 100% truthful as she's speaking. So I just want to, like, kind of like vibe check as she's speaking with us.
Absolutely.
se.
Wait, that's detect magic. Discern secrets. What do you do again? It's a +1. Okay, cool. So give me, let's see here. What skill would that be? That'd probably be probably nature, I would, or society. You can choose nature or society, and you can have a +1 on your roll. And put it in the tower, please.
That's nature. Ooh, I got not much in that. And you said society. Okay, not as much as Reese, but we'll go with it. And you said, and it's a +2 on that?
+1, but I see that you didn't add it, so I'll just mentally add it. Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. Fantasy Grounds is hard to get used to.
Oh yeah, there's the modifier box, right?
Yeah, the modifier box in the bottom left. So you've not heard much about this island beyond what you've learned in the time since you've come here, but you are aware that you've seen maps, so you know where you're at, and so you're aware that you are relatively close to the mainland. So it checks out, and it seems realistic that if there were a tsunami that pulled away the shore, that a temporary land bridge could be formed. It seems, essentially, you don't know any better, but it doesn't seem wrong. Like, it doesn't seem like she's making stuff up.
Oh, yeah, that's all I really want to know.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
This might be asking too much, but are there non-natural hazards like pitfalls and traps set to waylay the contestants by, say, Shifu or any of you others working for him?
Well, there are enforcers around the island. They are people who will watch over to ensure that the rules are being followed. Every official fight between competitors must be done so in front of an enforcer, unless it is a simple spar for no feather tokens. However, there are many things around the island that are here to test your mettle, so I would recommend being on your toes at all times.
Very good to know.
Danger Island is a very apt nickname. Although,
This is called Danger Island. I don't know how I missed that. This is called Danger Island?
Bon Mood, Danger Island, yes. The
name.
Ruby Phoenix herself has been touting the name Danger Island. I would have preferred something a little more flowery personally, but Danger Island is good. It makes me think of something lame like Mount Doom.
Wouldn't name
That's
something
pretty
Mount
lame.
Doom.
Who would name something Mount Doom? Exactly, that's right, that's crazy.
That's weird.
Or like Death Mountain?
Yes,
Like,
Death
okay.
Mountain, yes,
Kind
okay.
of on the nose, but alright.
Death Volcano, yes, okay, we get it.
It sort of goes without saying, if you fall off a mountain, you're probably going to die. Like, that's obvious. You don't have to say it and call it that. Danger Island, though, I guess, you know, not to speak ill of the Ruby Phoenix or whatever, but she's had, like, many years to, like, come up with a good name for this island, and that's what she came up with, was Danger Island?
Yes, I know. I was thinking the same thing. She has been missing for over 300 years. This is the first time she has appeared in centuries. Why you would think she would have come up with something a little more poetic, perhaps? I do not know. Maybe perhaps it is not my place to question the methods of Haoji.
The whole Ruby Phoenix thing is cool, and then there's Danger Island. It's like, okay.
It rubs me the wrong way because it's like, Lady, are you putting as much effort into this as we are? Because it sounds like you just like, whatever, Danger Island, and you didn't give it a second thought. Like, we're putting our lives on the line, and some of us could die on an island called Danger Island. It just feels insulting.
Yes, I do not think the bards will write many epic tales about, oh, they died on Danger Island.
I like to imagine everyone's having this conversation, and then the Ruby Phoenix is like looking at us through a crystal ball in her throne room and just fuming.
She has like a board of people like brainstorm that stuff, and she just looks at them like, you guys are fired. I should never have listened to you.
My marketing department is out of
Had better
here.
peer review.
She didn't pass it by anyone in marketing first.
Just thought it was.
So you're following the river as you go, and you're having this conversation. Things are starting to lighten up a little bit in the mood. Now that you've sort of met Ingdani, you've gotten through the official proceedings. You're sort of getting off the ship. You're losing your sea legs, gaining your land bearings, and you're coming through the forest when you start to hear a waterfall. Essentially, you can hear falling, rushing water. And Ingdani says, "We are very close now to the mouth of the river. Just please, this is a very common watering hole, so be sure to stay low, no sudden movements. You never know what could be here." So you're getting closer, and can everyone give me a perception check, please, in the tower?
Of course.
All
I
right.
need to worry about that. Oh, actually, no, I really don't. I forgot that their perception's really good. Hold on. Your image just popped up and blocked my whole screen, so...
Whoops.
You're good. At least it loaded fast, so...
Oh, it did? Fantastic. Well, see, this is an actual map from the AP. For once, I'm not loading in my own huge map. Okie dokie. Then that looks like Erend is the one who notices first. So you're coming through these trees, and that has loaded, correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fantastic. So you're coming through the trees, this thick, forest of trees that you've been walking through. You've kept the river on your right this whole time, and there's suddenly a large clearing in the trees, and you can see that there is a little pagoda with a small statue in the middle. There's a small pond at the base of kind of a sheer cliff face with a waterfall flowing down. In the center of the pond is another small pedestal with a little statue on it. But the rest of you are kind of talking amongst yourselves, and I think the other three of you are actually small-sized, correct? The non-errand ones are also... Yeah, so
everyone
I'm going to say that the three of you are talking and you're behind that bush that you see on the map, so you didn't actually notice this, whereas Erond is a little taller and he sees this first. Around what you see standing near the water are three massive four-legged creatures with long necks and leathery hides and long tails. Give me a nature check in the tower, please, Aron, real quick. Unless you say something right off the bat. I don't know what you're what you're
in the tower.
Yeah, please. That's a ditty little tune. You have never seen anything like this in your life. You don't have the foggiest clue what these long-necked, crazy creatures are.
Yeah, I think as soon as I see him, I'm like, oh, and like put my arm back to like slow everyone down, quiet them. I'll pull on.
What is it? What do you see?
What the hell is that?
Oh, the long necks. Yes, these are. Look, everyone, come look. These are majestic creatures. And now that the rest of you see this, you see the same thing that Aranda sees. I can share a better image. Here we go. They are standing next to the pond, slowly leaning their heads down, eating grass and picking up seaweed from inside the pond. They're very slow, lumbersome creatures. Would the rest of you give me some nature checks, please, in the tower?
Absolutely.
Well, you know how not good at nature I am. My lowest.
Sir Hop, you've heard of these. Merla, you don't know what this thing is, and Bubblegum, you definitely don't know what this is. But yeah, Sir Hop, you've heard of something like this. This is a dinosaur. They're large lizards that died off from the mainland a long time ago. But you've heard that they do exist in pockets around the world. But this is a dinosaur.
Well, I've actually read about these. Our ancestors used to hunt them millennia ago. These are called dinosaurs, which means magnificent lizard in some forgotten tongue. Or terrible lizard, I'm not sure which one, but these are clearly grazers, herders. These are not like predators, so we have nothing to worry about. In fact, if we ever get hungry, we can hunt one of these and it will feed us for probably more than a week.
But they're so gentle, no.
Well, if we don't eat them, something else will. If there's a lot of large things on this island, this is probably their main food source, so...
They look a little gamey anyway, but that's just
Yes, we should probably approach with caution, but I think your friend here is right, that these are grazers. They will not attack unless we threaten them. I would not recommend getting close to their calf, though.
And she points to the smaller one that's on the other side of the bridge from you.
Oh, but I wanted to pet it.
You never
I think
know.
I was muted.
Oh, sorry, what did you say?
I was muted before, but I wanted to say the funniest thing is the calf, when you hover over, it's just this long, huge dinosaur.
Yep, that's because the other ones are long, gargantuan dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, long, huge dinosaur.
It's funny.
I had to actually make that because they only had the adult Brontosaurus, so I had to create the baby. But
that's fair.
Yes, so if we would like to get water, I believe we can, as long as we keep our distance and do not make any rash movements or show that we are some type of threat.
Yeah, but you see that Bubblegum Sweet really wants to ride one. You could see the chaos in her eyes of, okay, but that would be so cool. Like she just like is staring like, whoa.
Anything,
and like
they probably wouldn't notice you.
And of course, Splendor is right with her as well.
Ah, yes.
Can't forget.
I've heard of these in passing in my travels, but
Can you ride one?
I do not think that's quite in the cards, Mum.
Oh, fine.
As I approach, I'm just approaching one hop at a time.
Are you sneaking?
And no, I'm not trying to look like a predator. I'm just trying to look like a tiny creature coming in for a drink. And to them, I am tiny, so I'm just hoping that by going up to the water, that they think I'm just like beneath their notice and not necessarily attacking them.
Okay, yeah, I'm all right with that. As long as you're just, yeah, they seem to pay you very little attention, especially the adult one that you're next to. These creatures are clearly, they're aware of their size, and they're aware that very little can actually threaten them. So they don't seem to be bothered by you.
Try to stay away from Littlefoot over here.
Sorop gets to the edge and just like starts snap tonguing the water to create splashes and then like drinking it in mid-air.
The long, huge dinosaur is very curious and starts. It jumped in the water a moment ago and has been kind of walking around within the pool, and is sort of looking at you curiously from over there.
And as I'm doing this, I'm like speaking in between gulps, like sometimes if you're lucky, you can get a fish to come up, and then you get a little treat with your drink.
Or you could just fill a canteen for later.
I mean, I will do that at some point. I'm thirsty now. I am a frog, and then I start like also kind of moistening my skin to make sure that I like don't dehydrate.
I'm surprised you didn't go for a swim.
Can Splendor communicate with one of them with touch telepathy?
You can sure try. Yeah, I'm willing to give that a shot. Let me see. What does the touch telepathy do very specifically?
Can communicate telepathically via touch.
And he knows every language you know?
Yes.
Intriguing. Okay. Yeah, I'm willing to try that.
If I can't ride one, I want to talk with one.
Sure, yeah, he can. Which one are you going to have Splendor try to touch?
The not child. So probably the number one, the one that we're near.
Number one?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I can give it a try. I've never spoken with a creature like this before, but yes, I suppose.
So Splendor's going to go ahead and try to be stealthy about at least approaching it from behind here. Okay. So he's kind of walking up, being very careful about this, and he reaches a paw and touches the dinosaur, and he looks up to you and says, "I think it might be able to understand me. What would you like for it to say?"
Oh no, I didn't think we'd get as far. Don't say that. Say hello. How are you doing? And would you like to come with us?
And the long that kind of looks over and down at Splendor, and Splendor looks up at it and kind of does a flop onto the ground a little bit. And let me do this actually. Let me roll for it. Let's see. The creature seems to pay him no mind and goes back to drinking.
Oh.
was a
You
very
know
low
what?
roll.
At least they're not mean. They're very nice. If anyone hurts them, I will kill them and
They aren't
everyone
attacking
around.
you, so that's
Yes. If anybody hurts these, I will definitely kill them. They're beautiful creatures, but clearly, they deserve all of the love. All right, Splendor. Thanks. It was worth a shot.
yes, always worth a shot trying to make new friends, I suppose.
Can you imagine the power we have if we had them on our side? Amazing.
Yes, they would be quite helpful allies in the competition, but I believe they would probably require something more than just coaxing.
Yeah, probably. That's
I'll name that one Chekhov.
Chekhov. Perfect.
Oh,
they
for
eating-
Chekhov's dinosaur, I understand. yes. We have this barbed tale where I come from too. The Trek of the Stars. Yes, with the Chekhov. And when you show his laser beam gun, you have to then show it again being used later. Yes. Fanciful tropes.
And they're eating from like the trees around here.
Yes.
Can I attempt to like break off a chunk here and like?
Yes, absolutely. Are you gonna try to
Hold
climb
it
the
up.
trees? Okay, yeah. Go ahead and give me an athletics check publicly to climb the tree.
All right. Public or?
Yes, please. You'll know immediately if you fail or succeed. That's enough to climb a tree. Yeah, you can get up relatively high. It's a little unstable. You're not used to this kind of tree. There's some spikies on it, but not too bad. You're able to get to the top, and you realize that what they're eating are these broad leaves. They're about this wide. They kind of look like fern leaves, and they seem to be going for the higher up ones, the ones that have been there the longest, the widest leaves. They seem to mostly be ignoring the smaller, newer leaves.
I'm gonna try to collect some of the larger ones and come back down.
All right. Yeah, you can do that without needing to roll anything. So yeah, you've got, let's say 5 or 6 of the big leaves.
And then seems like Bubblegum was really interested, so I'll hand her a couple and see if she wants to attempt to aid her long neck friends here.
The little one is very curious about all of you, but is mostly keeping its distance because they're naturally suspicious creatures.
Yeah.
Is
Mostly.
Merla's a druid, right?
Merla's a cleric with a druid dedication.
Got it. Sir Hop will kind of walk over after filling his like water pouch or his sack, whatever they call that. What is it called? The water
Water skin.
water skin. That's right.
Yeah, water skin.
And then he goes, Merla, do you believe the topography of this island is conducive to foraging for, say, berries and root vegetables and things like that?
I might need to look around a bit more. She'll like take a sip of the water, and then she'll just grab like some leaves and just start eating them. She's doing her recon.
Give me a survival check in the tower.
It's that wise to just start eating things? Like,
I'm checking qualities of the soil. I'm learning about local.
I mean, you know better
fauna.
than me. I don't know.
I could also do herbalism lore.
Actually, that would probably be better. Do herbalism lore.
If there's ever an opportunity to use a lore check over another check, it's almost always
Yeah,
better
it's
to
always
do the lore
better.
check.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. You're looking around and you're seeing some relatively common plants that you're aware of. They all seem bigger than what you're used to. Like these trees, for example. These are just fern trees, but the leaves are like this wide, whereas normally maybe about this big. So you were able to find a couple of root vegetables just kind of hanging around here near the shore. There's some kelp within the water that is perfectly edible. Yeah, you think it would be totally viable to be able to survive off the land here with your skills.
If we do a little looking around, we should be completely fine.
That's good. I don't want us to have to worry about our rations. If we're able to easily procure sustenance just from the land, then that's one less thing to worry about.
Yeah, who knows how long we're gonna be out here trying to collect these damn feathers. If we can be self-sustainable, that'd be fantastic.
Yes, that is actually part of your trials, is being able to survive on the island.
What's your name again?
Ingdani.
Donnie. I understand that there's a lot of surprises in store for us. However, since we're already getting a little bit of a preview of the island itself here, could you tell us if there are predators on this island? What?
Oh, there
ways,
definitely are. I mean, come on.
Right. What ways can we defend ourselves against? Like, how do they hunt? Are these predators that are just large and go for large prey? Or are there a lot of like ambush stalkers that can camouflage themselves? Or like, what are the hunting strategies we should be aware of?
Well, the answer to all of those questions is yes. There are many large predators on the island. There are many ambush predators on the island. There are pack predators on the island. I would say the common thread is most of them tend to be quite large, yes.
Okay. Cool.
But I would try to be on your toes as much as you can on Bone Moo.
Sense to me.
Also, on our way here, we encountered a couple rocks. Are there rock nests here on the island as well?
Oh, I do believe so. Up in the higher mountains, I believe there are rock nests here, yes.
If we were to tame one of them and just fly from place to place, would that be cheating, or is that a good strategy to bypass a lot of the dangers of the island?
I would say if you have such a skill, that is a perfectly reasonable thing to attempt. I am not an enforcer myself, so I cannot actually give you a definitive ruling, but that sounds reasonable to me if you have such a skill.
See, Sir Hop is he looks visibly disappointed that we didn't tame one of those other rocks from before. Like, oh, that would have been so good. Well, this has been very enlightening, and it'll help us create a strategy going forward. Thank you so much for your assistance.
Of course, and she gives you a little bow. Whatever I can do to make your stay easier and more understandable, please let me know. And Bubblegum, as this conversation is kind of happening, you kind of notice that the baby long neck has been slowly walking towards you as you're holding those leaves.
Wait, I'm not grabbing I don't have leaves in hand, do I?
Yeah, I
Around
climbed up the tree.
Oh, you did,
and
you
I
did. Right.
handed some
Sorry.
out, yeah.
I forgot who absolutely had that.
Hey,
And I
hey,
just kinda
hey.
they're very approach slowly. Where the kid is just the long one in the water, right?
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's right near us.
Yeah, I'm just gonna approach a little slowly and just put the leaves out ee.
And it sniffs and it looks over to what you assume is the mother on the south shore. And she's still just eating, paying none of you any mind. So the baby takes one more step forward and it snatches one of the leaves from your hands and starts munching on it. Looks to
As
be
it does, I just kind of want to touch it, just away from the mouth, but kind of in a good scratching spot.
Sure. Give me let's see. Do I want you to even roll anything for that? Nah. Just do survival. Why not? Do survival in the tower for me.
Okay, because we all know. Actually, no, she is actually pretty decent. Okay, cool.
I think it's your nature that's terrible.
It's my nature that's terrible.
Yeah, you start scratching along its neck, and it seems to enjoy it. It kind of leans into it a little bit, and when it finishes its leaf, it looks to you, and it sees that you have more in its hands, and it kind of leans over and just snatches them from you.
There you go.
Yay!
And it just keeps munching the leaves because this one is not quite tall enough to get the large ones that
How
Erend was able to
tall
get from
is
the
it
top of that
compared to
tree.
me?
Huge. Let me see. I have stats actually.
Because I am a gnome.
You are a gnome. That's correct.
Yeah.
Feet long. So it's about 20 feet from, or it's about 15 feet from head to tail. So it's probably at least 10 feet tall. So it's probably about 7 feet taller than you are.
I'm just eyes starry, very excited about their new friend.
So it seems quite pleased that you gave it the big leaves from the top of the tree.
Yes, those are the best ones. Obviously, I know because
Obviously.
I'm very good at cooking.
So when it finishes eating the leaves, it nuzzles you a little bit and jumps up out of the water and goes over to next to this one.
I am content. I may have not ridden it, but I made a friend.
That was cool.
They'll start
You just
slowly.
hear this little like giggle or up from her, and you're just like, "This is adorable." Yet in the wrong setting, very creepy. Middle of the night, you hear that giggle, you don't want to.
Yeah, that witch cackle.
Yep.
Yeah, cackle's an amazing feat. But yeah, at this point they seem to have gotten their fill of of tree stars and waters, so they are wandering away to the west together once more.
I think it's a good time for us to return to camp as well.
Yeah.
Yes, the sun does seem to be setting. It would probably behoove all of you to get a full long rest tonight before you start on your trials in the morning.
Absolutely.
Before
Hey,
we
I
go,
forgot
this
that injured.
I'm no. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I said I forgot that I'm injured.
Yeah, I think all of you.
Oh
are.
yeah. What is this? Is this one of the temples or something? The statue here. There's one in the pool as well as on that pedestal. What's
Yes,
the purpose of that?
These are, well, the people who lived on this island long ago, the Tian Sha. They most of them left the island when the land bridge formed after the great wave took the water away. They ran from the island because of the creatures that came here. They were afraid. And all of these, there are many ruins and leftovers of those people who left this island. This is one of their lost gods. We do not know which god these are. All we have would be speculation. But these are shrines to the old Tiansha gods.
I'm gonna hop up there and get a good look. Does this look like anything I might recognize?
You're not really sure. It's a statue of just a generic-looking humanoid type figure. The closest thing that you would think is it sort of resembles Irori a little bit, you guess, in that it's like a human with a bald head and sort of monkish-looking robes. But beyond that, it's not one of those where, oh, this is definitely Irori. But yeah, but it is a beautiful stone carved statue, quite old, very clearly been weathered over time, so the features are kind of smoothed over a bit.
Looks like some sort of human to me.
Yes, we do not know who these gods are, or who these statues are supposed to represent, but you will find them dotted all around the island. Perhaps it would benefit you to say a small prayer to these forgotten gods. Maybe they would appreciate it more than even Serenray, because of all of the prayers she gets on a day-to-day basis.
Kind of like. Is that one out in the middle of the waterfall there too?
I believe that is a separate one, but yes, Perhaps that one is a god of water and this one is a god of earth. Because you are standing, the statue that you're looking at right now is in a square of sand. It's in a sand pit kind of a thing. Like there's the pedestal that goes up with stairs on each side, and then there's sort of a little, like, couple of feet down, and it's filled with sand, and then there's the statue in the center.
Since this is sand,
But that it would be speculating on my part.
I have desert lore. Would that maybe apply?
I don't like it, but I'll
Probably not.
allow it.
I mean,
I'll allow it. I don't like it. I'm allowing it under duress.
I mean,
under
you don't have
protest.
to. That's.
No, it's fine. Roll it.
Do you want power?
In the tower, yeah. It's so rare for a lore skill to actually, be pertinent. You rolled a natural 1, so it didn't help anyway. The gods were punishing you for your hubris.
I'll offer a very quick, just sort of like, I don't know who you are, but if you are a benevolent god or a god that might want to curry favor to those who pray to you, we could definitely use a little blessing for this tournament. And for that I pray. I have no illusions of what your values are, so I'll kind of just leave it up to you if you want to give us that blessing. And then, I'm gonna hop over. I want
Religion
to.
in the tower.
Oh sure, yeah.
Oh, you want to do both?
I want to
great,
do
yeah,
the
no,
water
go.
one too. Yeah.
Oh, of course you do. You're a frog.
In fact, I'm a little more eager to do that one. I kind of made this one quick, and I'm just like, let's take a look at this water god. One.
Then I want you to do 2 different rolls after you say it. Your second one.
Okay. I go to. What does this look like, by the way? This water god looking one.
This one appears to be more of a female. It has longer hair, more of a curvish, not like curvy body, but more of a feminine figure. And if you didn't know any better, you would almost think that the cloth of her robes were. This is hard to put into words. It almost looks like they sculpted water droplets on the dress. Does that make sense? It's clearly stone, but it looks wet, but not because it is wet, even though it is wet. Hard to explain, but it looks like
If you were to
they-
dry it
they
off, it would
sculpted
still look
water
just as wet
droplets.
as it is. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. If you were to dry it off with a towel, it would still look wet. There you go. Thank you.
He's gonna pray like, well, I'm starting to get the sense that that guy over there is an earth god and you're a water goddess. I'm very particular to water myself. Our people come from the water and have sort of spread out onto the land. I suppose asking for both of your blessings is not outside of the expectations of just Gripples, as we are of the land and of the water. However, I hope that you are all not evil. We try to be just as people, and if you so choose to put your blessings on us, we would be glad to take them. I mean, water? I don't know. We're also not that religious, so I apologize if this is a little of a clumsy prayer.
Roll another religion at the tower.
Okay, into the tower. I have a massive
All
+2 to my religion. So,
Oh, massive +2.
yeah.
Sure.
This is-
Nothing happens, like it doesn't open up and release the water or anything like that. But no, you feel that was at least respectful.
Yeah. And I'm not. Sir Hop is not expecting anything anyway. The Gripples are very not industrious, but in a way that's not like focused on technology. They're go-getters. So like they kind of forge their own destinies in a way. And so they're not really preoccupied with trying to accept blessings from gods and things like that. Though they're not atheistic. They just don't like spend as much time on that type of stuff.
They're always on that grind, so to say.
You gotta be. When you're at the bottom of the food chain, you really don't have time to just be praying to gods. Like, you gotta, like, secure your perimeters. You gotta make sure that you're not gonna be eaten up by a giant fucking froghemoth or something.
That's right. Goodness. Oh, that's not the right one. Yeah. Ingdani does say, the sun does appear to be getting low. Perhaps we should make our way back to camp. It is not terribly wise to be caught out in the darkness in Bonlo.
Just one moment, please.
I love that you insist on calling it Bonmu. Let's just say Danger Island. You know, if she's going to... Ruby Phoenix is going to call it Danger Island in another language. Let's not even pretend that it's Bonmu, which sounds cooler. No, it's Danger Island.
Very well. Welcome to Danger Island.
And she
Let's lean
flashes
in.
open
Lean
like a
into
cloak.
it, right?
There you go.
And Ingdani says, I like the cut of your jeep.
I guess Merla can go up to this religious idol.
Okay.
She is a woman of the cloth.
True, she is.
Yeah. It seems like not many people have said hello in a while. But if you are feeling lonely, then I would like to be your friend very much.
Give me a religion check, Natara, please.
Will do. Religion. Ta-da. Plus 18.
Ooh, boy.
Okay. Let me see here. Yeah, okay. You start to feel a little warmer. That's all.
All right, I'm ready to go.
All right. Are we going back to the camp? Those other guys?
Yes, we'll be going back to the camp next to Tino and the Toughest. You will not actually be officially competitors against them until dawn tomorrow, at which point they will be going to try and find their own headquarters. You'll be trying to find yours. So you will not be interfering with each other until you actually have feathers to bet against one another. There is no point in fighting without having the feathers. So.
Fair. How long have you been doing this for?
Well, I have been a cleric of Abadar for going on 12 years now. But I just found out about my invitation to be a guide here on the island about 6 months ago in order to make preparation.
First time, huh?
Oh, first time in the Ruby Phoenix tournament. Yes, I'm extremely excited.
Turns out, mine too.
Well, good luck to all of you. I am pulling for your win.
Thank you. I think we're gonna need it.
So as you're walking back, you're noticing that it's getting dark very quickly, especially within the forest under the canopy. Very little light gets down here. You're starting to hear night noises, insects rustling, howling, that kind of thing. But after about an hour, roughly, again, it takes not very long to get back. You do eventually get back to your campsite. Let me give you that again. There you go. You manage to get back to your campsite without any issue. Ingdani is quite a good guide. She keeps the river on her left and gets you right back to where you started from within about an hour.
Are the toughest around the fire just kind of chilling,
Yes,
or what's
that
their,
is,
their...
yes, I'm moving them right now. The toughest are
Nice.
over at the fire, right over there. Yes, and they have not seemed to notice you yet.
Since they noticed us first and called out, I want to call it to them when we had arrived, like, "Hail and well met!"
Yes, oh, you are back. Yes, welcome. Come back. Good to meet you. Glad you didn't get lost in the forest.
make some space, for we have been successful in our venture to find water.
Huzzah! Yes, please, have a seat, have a seat. We were just talking about what we were going to have for dinners tonight, and they pull out some, it's not much, but they went out hunting earlier in the day, and they've got some meats that they've been grilling over this fire.
Well, we've got kelp and root vegetables that we've been able to procure. Lots of bounties of the land that you'll be able to find. It should hunting become a more difficult task. And then I'll also be like, also don't make a big show of eating the meat around Bubblegum. She's not too kind on that sort of thing.
Yes, understood. Thank you. But every good meal needs a salad, right? Yes, of course. Yeah, pull up a chair. Pull up a log, I should say.
Also, let me correct myself. Bubble Sweet, not Bubblegum. My bad.
Oh, Bubblegum Sweet. Bubble Sweet is just what I typed in Zoom. Both work. He's open to any and all nicknames.
I'm gonna go sit next to Yavin.
Yavin's
nice. My fucking boy.
Yes.
Yes. Well, hello, Sir Hop. Welcome back. Glad to see you.
Yes.
Sir, are you actually a knight?
Well, yes, in a manner of speaking. Well, a knight errant, I suppose you could say. I was a squire for another more officiated knight. It's a long story, but let's just say that I'm, in particular, on travels at this point of my life, trying to learn more about the world and right wrongs as I find them.
Oh, well, that's a very noble cause. I try to right wrongs where I can, but it's a scary world out there.
Truly is. What about the rest of you? How did you all meet anyway? You didn't all just grow up knowing each other, I assume.
Well, Takatora and I did grow up as being childhood best friends, actually. We knew each other on the streets of Absalom for many years, but we met Yabin along the way in school. He was quite bullied, and Takatora and I don't take kindly to bullies, you see. So we took care of them and sort of took Yabin under our wing, and well, under Takatora's wing anyway.
Yeah, well, it's kind of hard getting through school looking like this with claws and scales, you see. But yes, yeah. Tino and Takatora took care of me.
And along the way after school, we decided to go on adventures together. Sort of a backpacking adventure across the continent. And along the way, we got attacked by bandits and realized that the three of us make a pretty good team, but we managed to find Jiyuk kicked from along the way because her clan had been all but destroyed.
Yes, I am the last member of my clan.
I forgot what the clan was called. I have it somewhere. Got it here no, it's a Discord. Probably doesn't matter that much. She's the last member of the Yo Salam Ninja Clan.
The Yo Salam Ninja Clan. And the last member, they were all killed in a massive attack. I am still trying to find who did it.
And Jiyuk is the Kitsune.
I'm familiar with that.
My apologies.
Yes. If you find any other ninjas that use freezing techniques, you need to watch out.
Oh yes, the freezing techniques in combat.
Of the Lin Kuei clan, yes.
I have heard tales of the Lin Kuei clan. They are frightening combatants. Oddly, they always write combatant with a K.
Yes,
it's a strange dialect, that Lin Kuei.
Spelling is not their forte. Fighting is, however.
But they are quite cool.
With a K. Oh God!
They all start laughing and passing around some food to you, and then Tino says, "But what of all of you? Tell us the tales of your adventure." what of your trials? What of your conquests? And he's just kind of looking around at any of you to.
Oh, I mean, me and Splendor here, like we just like traveling around, and these guys are like really cool. And one time, so there's like this giant beast in front of us. I think it was some form of minotaur. I can't remember. It had horns. It's been a while. I don't know if you remember Splendor, but yeah. So one time we did that, and it was in front of us, and it was very scary. But as it was attacking us, I decided that, you know what, I'm gonna intimidate it really, really good. And then I turned into mist, attacked it from behind, and took like just the quietest unseen step and took it down before it could attack us. It was very fun.
Truly, nothing heard her coming. She's quite light on her feet. It's truly amazing. Wow, fabulous! Looks like Jiuk, you've got your work cut out for you, my lass.
Ah, yes, it seems like we do have multiple sneakies here. I'll have to keep my eye on you.
But what? And Yabin leads over to Sir Hop and says,
"Oh, what about you? You, Sir Hop, what have you done? What crazy shenanigans have you gotten up to?"
Well, traveling from my homeland and exploring the world at large has been no end of adventures and deeds. I believe I met, and I'm gonna roll a die to see who I met first.
Sure, that's fun. I like doing it random. That's fun.
Let's see. So 1 would be Bubblegum Sweet, 2 will be Merla, 3 will be Arand. I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mm-hmm. So I met Bubblegum Sweet first. It was a pretty frightening experience. I was in the jaws of a predator, and I have a lot of ways of avoiding them, but this time I was tired, I was injured, and Bubblegum Sweet came out of the woods and calmed the beast down without harming it or anything like that. Why don't you tell them how exactly you did that? Because I'm still to this day impressed.
Yes. Oh, so you know, me and Splendor, we have a good connection, and Splendor is like even better with communicating with others than I am. Like they just have it has to be the accent. It's just so charming. So I had Splendor walk up and have a little talk, be like, hey, look, that texture is gonna get in your gums and you're not going to like it. It might give you a stomach ache. And, you know...
A complete lie. We're delicious. We are absolutely delicious.
They are the most tender, I've been told. I don't eat them. But you know what? They don't need to know that. So we said a good lie, and, you know, it was kind of scary at first, but then, you know, I was able to... its head leaned down a bit, and I was able to put my hand on Sir Hop and turn him into just a mist and deliver himself out of the jaws of very scary times. And they left us alone after that. They were kind of confused why their food just turned into nothing. So it was great.
Your magics are very strange.
It's the, you know, Miss Child thing. So
never heard of that kind of magic before. It's fascinating.
Mm-hmm. It's fun.
Found it. I knew I had names for all the people that I used to know. I've been searching my documents, like, where did I write this? And I found it finally.
Nice. Then let's see here. Yeah, Takatora is going to look at Arand and say, "You use those boomsticks, right? How did you come across that? What? Tell us your stories."
Yeah, I'm not gonna bog everything down with depressing tales of things, but I did lose a good part of my tribe, and it led me to wandering the desert for a while. That's when I came across a couple, a dwarven female and a goblin male. They seemed to be a couple, and they were quite inventive. They worked on boomsticks, as you call them, and they taught me how to use them and how to fix them and everything like that, and I've been doing that ever since.
Oh, fascinating.
I mean, if you're willing to learn, I can show you.
Oh, that might be in the cards, but it might be a little bit hard to pull that trigger with these. And Takatora holds up their hands, but it's like feathers, prehensile
Yeah.
feathers instead of fingers, like a cartoon character.
Could workshop something.
Oh, might be able to just get a different kind of a lever.
Yeah, be great.
Tino looks over to Merlin. He says, who's next to him, and he says, "Ah, the one I'm most interested in. What is your story? What is your tale of adventure and achievement, Merla?"
Well, I will say that I've been in the game a long time, as you can probably tell.
Oh, not that long, you kidder.
Oh, you. Well, I've lived most of my entire life in a forest. I grew very close to all the life there. I tried to become a part of it. I still kind of am, and she'll grab some moss off of her hat and just eat it.
Oh, delicious.
But the reason I left in the first place is my forest actually came under siege by some insidious undead.
Oh, that's terrible.
And, ever since, I figured that the forest didn't need me anymore. It was already plenty strong. So...
Nature's quite strong, and I'm sure that it can take care of itself, but I'm sure that it would still miss you, Merla.
Well, I miss it too.
But it's good that you have a chance to see at least some forests for the trees. And he kind of points to the trees and he laughs at his own stupid joke.
Well, this place is really marvelous. I've never seen anywhere quite like this, so I'm quite interested.
I've never seen anything like this island. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's just fascinating. I really hope that we can see more of the island as we continue on our adventure here.
But yes, tales of adventure. This seems just what the cleric ordered. Now let's see, toughest. Which deeds of daring do shall we regale them with?
And Jiyuk says, how about the time we flushed out that cult of eclipse-worshipping were-rats from the sewers of Corvosa? Oh, what about the pit in Mwangi with the nest filled with fossilized dragon's eggs? Here he goes again with the dragons.
Shall I tell him about when you split your gi pants in front of the ambassador of Cheliax, Tino? Oh, there will be no need for embarrassing stories, old friend. Tonight is for adventure and triumph. I know. And Tino smiles widely. We had delved deeply within an abandoned mine outside of Western Endoran. Shipments of Spithic supplies had been going missing for months. We investigated deep within and found a mad tinker and his assistant who had fashioned together two powerful mechanical suits of iron. When we entered their workshop, they jumped into the metallic monstrosities and leapt at Takatora, dealing a mighty blow. It was a feint. I let Yabin spit his acid all over them, and Jiyuk pinned one to the floor with a rope dart. Plus, you jumped in between me and the iron suits and laid on hands, so I was fine.
Fine? Was it fine when they started spraying that poison gas all over you and Tino? Yeah, Yabin had to rush in with his mirror doubles to confuse the Tinkers and give you two knuckleheads time to get out of there.
Between Yabin's clothes and Jiyuk's speed, Takatora and I managed to cough out the poison and reposition ourselves strategically. I don't think my sword would have broken the first one's leg had it not been for Yabin's acid claws and striking true.
That was just magic. Tino busted that iron suit's butt wide open before...
Ha! You can say it, friend, before I got knocked out.
When Yabin saw Tino fall, he got so angry that he started to cast spells like wild. I thought he was going to flood the entire workshop with acid. may have gone a little overboard.
Well, it worked, didn't it? Melted the iron suit, so we managed to scoop Tino up and get out of there just in time. All in time for another victory for the toughest. Huzzah! And they all jump up and strike a pose. Huzzah!
Clapping.
Remember to breathe, Lumpy.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I was like, man, you speed run that story there.
I practiced. I kind of felt like Gollum arguing with himself. That was sort of the energy I was going for, was Gollum arguing with himself, telling a story. Oh, yes, I'm a little out of breath now.
Well, I just wanted to say that my heart swells with joy to meet such wonderful adventurers. The first group that we encounter on this Danger Island. Can you believe that's what it's called? Danger Island.
I know! Isn't it the greatest name you've ever heard for a place before? It tells you exactly what you're there to expect. It's an island full of danger. It's fantastic.
On that note,
Yes.
I wanted to share a little bit about things that we had discovered, since we're not going to be competitors with each other until tomorrow, and even then we have no benefit in taking each other down before there are feathers to gain from it, so we'll probably not actually face each other on the island during this first round. I want to see, personally, and my compatriots, I think, agree, but you may disagree. If you want, you can speak up. I would like to see you all in the round after that. I would like to be able to have a fair match with you in the second round after we're done with this sort of survival portion. And I worry because there are a lot of unknown things on this island. The people that used to live here left the island after a bunch of crazy predators and beasts managed to make their way to it a long, long time ago, and they've grown very large since then. Everything on this island, all the dangerous creatures are very large, and they hunt in a variety of ways. Some are just like big. Those are, I think, ironically, the least dangerous, because you kind of know what to expect. You know how to avoid a big creature. And big creatures that hunt big prey don't care that much about little people like us. It's the ambush predators and it's the pack predators that I think are the ones to worry about. And there are several varieties of them we haven't even experienced, but we know that they hunt on this island, and we would be very, very tasty to them. But the natural dangers of the island, while dangerous, are not what I would like to caution against, something that I think we should all be aware of. Not every group that you meet are going to be as friendly as us, Tino's toughest. The groups on this island, I suspect, are very self-serving and cunning, and they will use any opportunity they have to exploit any weaknesses they find in anyone else in order to win this tournament. If that means, for example, they might not be able to directly try to take you out, because that would go against the rules. But what if they led a stampede of large creatures towards you, forcing you to expend your resources to survive, and then right afterwards challenging you to some sort of duel? Or any variety of tricks. They will be cunning, and they will use any opportunity they have to take you down. And if it means killing you, they will do it. So, my advice from all the adventures that we've mutually been on is, please do not be trusting of anyone. And if you find another team, expect them to try to exploit you in some way. They will be cunning, you must be more so. Right? You cannot trust anyone except each other. That's it. You, Tino's toughest, Takahara, hold on, Takatora, Juke, Yabin, Tino, that you four have only each other to count on. Anybody else, even if you meet us again, do not expect us to be friendlies. Because, who knows, someone could be watching us right now, saying, ooh, we could disguise ourselves as them to get them off guard. Who knows? Be cautious, be paranoid even, and try to use and conserve as the most amount of your resources as possible. Do not use up anything unless it is for a match. That's the only time you should really try and use your resources, because that's when it's going to count the most. The beasts here on this island are most likely beasts. They are not going to have a lot of ways to outsmart you. You can outsmart them. You can't always outsmart your opponents. They are just as smart, if not smarter than you. And they will use naivety and friendliness to their advantage. They might even... I've seen this happen before, where I was part of a caravan on the road, and we saw ahead of us, it seemed like an injured bullywug. It's another sort of amphibian creature, part of the kingdom that I used to live in. Well, we're good people. We see an injured bullywug, we'll stop. Even though we were the royal caravan, we stopped for them and make sure they're okay, but it was a trap. They used our good nature against us and had an ambush ready and waiting. Maybe I'm just a little bit overcautious. I just would love to see you at the second round, and I would hate to think that anything on this island would take advantage of the kindness you've shown us since meeting you here.
I very appreciate the advice, and yes, I think you are correct. It would behoove all of us to have a little bit of a paranoid eye while here. Yes, we're as nice as all of you have been. We're at dawn tomorrow. We are competitors, so best of luck to all of you. Hopefully, we will meet in the next round. I would very much like to go up against all of you and see what you've got and see what Tino's toughest can bring to the fight.
I completely agree with that.
We very much look forward to it.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be a great time.
If I may
I'm
add to the
excited.
point that he was saying of deceiving one another,
Of course.
maybe think up a code word, a special word amongst all of you, in case someone happens to disguise themselves as themselves.
We should not say it out loud, but have it written down.
Yes. Because
Uh-oh.
who
So
knows
then-
who's listening as well.
Yes.
Uh,
You know what? I trust the Kitsune. They're wise. What say you for a good word? And I take like a scrap of paper out and hand it over.
I'm sorry, you kind of cut out. I think my internet crapped out. What are
Yeah,
you handing over
yeah.
paper for?
I'm handing paper over
Coming
to
up with like a secret word amongst ourselves.
Kinda like a
so
secret
in case
word.
someone
I have-
disguises-
Okay. What is with?
I have a better idea actually.
Yeah.
Well, not a better. It's an alternative because
There
a
we go.
word could someone could I don't know if is detect thoughts a Pathfinder thing.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Someone could do
Yeah,
that.
True.
Here's something I think might work. And I'm ripping this entirely from One Piece, and I apologize.
You have any
I know
idea
what
how
you're
much
going
anime
for.
I've ripped from
Yeah,
in
yeah.
this game?
So this is minor spoilers for One Piece. Anybody who has not watched it, it's really early, an early arc that this is a thing that they do. But they meet somebody. I'm gonna roleplay this as Sir Hobbs telling
Okay,
the story
yeah,
like
good.
it's he read this. There's a story of some pirates who meet someone on the seas that can take the shape of anybody that they've encountered before. They realize that when they met them, they weren't enemies, but that person will be an enemy later on. So in order to protect themselves from someone disguising themselves, they each wrap around their arm this sort of this cloth, this band. Later on, the one of the people encounters who's supposed to be a crewmate, who says, "It's me," and shows their arm. And they knew that they were an imposter, even though they had that wrapped around, because it wasn't the wrapping that was the key. It was what was underneath the wrapping that was hidden the whole time. The shapeshifter knew that they had put the wrapping, but the shapeshifter did not know that they had placed a mark of an X underneath the wrapping. So when they revealed their arm to show that they had the wrapping, like that was the way to know that it was them, they had played their hand and revealed themselves to not be genuine. That marking could be our secret word or anything else. It could literally be whatever we want it to be.
Some sort of special marking. That'd be.
Oh, I believe I've heard of this story. You know, they call, I believe that special friend's enemy was quite excellent. And I think we should call this move that we're doing the twosies.
The twosies.
The twosies.
I like that.
Yes.
So do we want to write like the number
No,
2?
1, 2. Yeah, we should have like a 2 for like Mr. 2.
Yeah, I like
Put a
that.
2 on everybody's arms.
Or like a picture of a swan or something.
Oh my god, yeah. Either or, up to Lumpy.
Yeah, whatever's easiest here. Oh, you're muted.
Yes.
Yep. Zoom just told me. Yeah, the number 2 works. That's easy enough.
Mm-hmm. And in fact, and even better, since we started this sort of encounter with the whole like draconic thing, maybe we could write it in draconic. It's not an unknown language, but it's not common.
Oh yes, I could show all of you.
And Yavin pulls out his book and like flips to the back and hits it with his wand, and some draconic starts to appear on the pages, and he starts showing things.
Look, these are the numerals. 1, 2.
Don't tell us so much, in case somebody decides to pull the information from any of us who don't know.
Yes.
But just we'll have you write it on, and then we'll wrap it up. How's that sound?
Yes, smart.
And
I guess we do that then, yeah?
Yeah, Yavin will give you guys henna tattoos, essentially, of the number 2 in draconic.
One Piece, folks. It's a fantastic show. You should watch if you haven't already.
So good. It's very long, but so good.
It's worth it. It's so long that you actually, once you get super invested in it, you're like, I wish there was more.
Yeah, I'm like 475 episodes in out of like 1,000, and it's very nice enjoying the story and knowing there's more.
I was gonna say it's got like 1,000 episodes.
Yeah, it does.
It's consistency that makes it good. Like compared to other really long shows like Dragon Ball. Not the place for this rant. Sorry, we can do it later.
For this rant, but the amount of filler is less than Dragon Ball. Anyway,
way less. Oh yeah.
All right. So, is there anything else that you'd like to do before beds?
Yeah. Does anyone else have something they want to do?
No, not really.
No. All right, then I think it would probably be best for all of us if we got a full good night's sleep, and so that we can all be ready and raring to go in the morning as soon as dawn hits. Let's retire.
And as they're doing that, I guess I want to pull Tino aside before everybody else goes.
He's over at the water getting a bucket to like pour over on the fire, so he kind of walks off by himself.
I want to say like, Tino.
Oh yes, of course.
I understand that I might have come off as not trusting in your abilities. I want to just say again that I absolutely trust that you indeed are the toughest. I also want to reinforce the idea here that I might be a knight and held to some sort of code of honor and things like that, but there's absolutely no shame in running away when you need to. If you can protect your toughest, if you can protect your allies from danger, and that means not fighting but fleeing, flee. We Gripplies have survived as long as we have because we can hop away from danger very quickly. There's no shame in that. Know when to fight. Don't try to fight everything. Don't let the idea of being the toughest get, in your head too much here.
You, good sir, remind me of a friend I once knew, and he was a knight of the land of Neverwinter, a tailor by trade. Anytime the town would be attacked, he would always just batten down the hatches of his tailor shop and ride it out. He always said that discretion is the better part of valor. So I'll take that to heart. Thank you, good Sir Hop.
Good luck tomorrow, and I'll go to shake his hand.
He shakes as well and says, "Good luck to you, all of you. We hope to see you in the qualifying round. So there's no reason for any of us to wish ill against each other."
Yeah, and as he's shaking my hand, I cast Disintegrate. No. You fool! You fool! Just kidding. Yeah, I guess we'll retire for the night.
All right. So, Merla, I think you have a tent, correct? Like that pop-up tent.
Yep.
Yes. So if she pops up this 4-person tent, and it's actually quite cozy inside, big enough for the 4 of you, definitely, because 3 of you are small-sized. So there's room to spare for sure. Tino and the toughest get the campfire put out. They, put everything away for the evening, and they all eventually retire to their own tent over here.
Is our tent like up here on the north side or something?
I believe so, yeah. Over in the north side, yeah. I don't have a graphic for it, I don't think. But, oh, no, look. Let me see. Maybe I have a tent graphic. The one that's on the map already is part of the actual map.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? That's close enough.
You just put a whole house. Oh.
There you go. I have that.
So how does Merla set this up? Because this is like Merla's tent, right?
Mm-hmm.
I described it last session, but essentially it's just like, I don't know, kind of a flat rectangle she pulls out of her backpack. She just throws it onto the ground, and there's like the sound of like whooshing fabric as it all unfolds into a cozy little like canvas tent.
Yes, and it has all the provisions inside. It has bed rolls for the four of you. It even has some rations. It is a magic item, so it is good to go for all of you for the rest of the evening. It's quite comfortable. So laying down for the evening, the sounds of the water, the river nearby, and the sounds of the ocean next to you kind of drift you off to sleep. And in the morning, you are woken up to just the sight of the rising sun, and you hear loudly over the entire island almost the sound of a conch shell ringing out. And magically not just in your minds, but you can hear coming from everywhere the sounds of Sifu saying, "The competition's qualifier has begun. Each of you must find your headquarters within the island. Within, you shall find your feather tokens and your phoenix medallion. All three must be claimed in order to move forward. Once you have claimed your medallion, you may begin challenging other teams for their feathers. All competitions must be done in the view of an enforcer. Any rule breaking will potentially result in disqualification. Now, let the tournament of Ruby Phoenix begin." And it fades out slowly.
This is the soundtrack I'm listening to while we play this adventure.
I think actually now might be a great time for a little intermission, right?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah? All right. Yeah, let's jump to intermission. We'll be back in about 10 or 15 minutes, and we will go from there, starting on the day.
All right.
Thanks.
Cool.
Hope you'll join us in just a minute.
I'm like a falling star, I burn alone. I've got a heart without a home. Underneath this empty sky, just waiting for a sign. And it seems to me that gravity has got its hold on me, but I'm about to break free. Mothership, take me home tonight. A shadow wish into the dark, far across the galaxy is where I dream to be. And it seems to me astrology has got its plans for me. I just gotta believe. Oh, mother. friendship, take me home tonight. Help me find a way to turn this nightmare into light. Oh, mother friendship, take me home tonight. Help me find a way to turn this darkness into light. Falling star, I burn alone. Got a heart without a home.
Some see me as a cynic. They come in for the base, but they stay for the acidic. I've been on that paper chase, keeping pace for a minute, and I'm aiming to appreciate the moment while I'm in it. Genesis a menace on the mic, so sinister. You might get some venom from the bites I administer. Winner from the start, superstar with the finisher. I got a decent heart, but I'm hardly a minister. A bardic apprentice, I'm innocent as a lamb. Worm like I'm Dennis, I don't dare to give a damn. Firm in the philosophy, I am who I am. I'm a carbon commodity, I need to be verified on the gram. Tightrope walking the id and the superego. Lifeboat liable to fire the torpedoes. Keeping to the credo. I'm free to achieve the dream, or at the very least, I can release some of my steam. Alignment is just a part of the process, and lately I've been making some progress. I'm finding the defining the balance of good and evil and people is nearly an impossible conquest. Regardless, stay CG, only way I know how to be. When I combine my child with OTIC, an outlaw like I'm Robin H. Double OD. I made it through the rubble, now they got trouble with me. So we're supposed to be sophisticated. Then why is 67% of the population undereducated? Emotionally incapacitated. Historically opinionated characters end up assassinated. And that's okay with the people faking it day to day. Capitalizing on capitalism, it's pay to play. Waiting for data to make it fade away. Whether you admit it, but witnessing biological decay of the human race. We're going to a new place. I really hope it comes soon. I don't do space, two-faced, trembling bass, running the rebel base. Outpacing enemies in the interface. In your face like a zygomatic arch. I got them in lockstep, meaning my melodramatic march is effective. Albeit rather subjective. I encourage you to pursue a new perspective. Alignment is just a part of the process, and lately I've been making some progress. I'm finding the defining the balance of good and evil and people is nearly an impossible conquest. Regardless, stay CG, only way I know how to be. When I combine my child with OTIC, an outlaw like I'm Robin H. Double OD. I made it through the rubble, now they got trouble with me. Since the day I was born, I've been non-conforming. I put myself in a position to make a living performing. Haters should consider this a formal warning. I've been swarming on them like a storm, I'm global warming. I'm not the one, done been through too much madness. Mastered the wrath and the sadness. You would need an atlas to match where I'm at. The fat cat put a nerdcore rap back on the map, that's Yazik. Weaving that underwater basket. Rap till I'm wrapped in a casket. Snapping I'm back on the track like I'm Matt Foley. Stay blown like a fiberglass gasket. Gassed up, I'm a maniacal minotaur. Try to hit me with your best shot, Minotaur. Try to get me on a guest spot, but I stay in the lab, and that's where I'ma be until they put me up on the slab. It's magic. Alignment is just a part of the process, and lately I've been making some progress. I'm finding the defining the balance of good and evil and people is nearly an impossible conquest. Regardless, stay CG, only way I know how to be. When I combine my child with OTIC, an outlaw like I'm Robin H. Double OD. I made it through the rubble, now they got trouble with me. Life is short, do it as you please. You're the only person that you ever have to appease. Or search your weaponry by stepping in DSDs. But you gotta know that nobody gets any guarantees. Seize opportunity, embrace your development. Replacing the elements, erasing irrelevance. Facing the blatant display of decay and irrelevance. Merrick was a man, not an elephant. Sell him on the merit of the self-reflection. Minimize any malevolent misdirection. Keeping them at a downright distant disconnection. An example of natural selection. And I might be slightly erratic, ghost in the shell, I'm a light in the attic, and I'm quite the dramatic, I'm in it for the attention, ready to ascend and transcend dimensions. Alignment is just a part of the process, and lately I've been making some progress. I'm finding the defining the balance of good and evil, and people is nearly an impossible conquest. Regardless, stay CG, only way I know how to be, when I combine my char with OTIC. An outlaw like I'm Robin HOOD. I made it through the rubble, now they got trouble with me.
Who goes there? Why you dummies always coming in my lair like you want the smoke? All these wannabe heroes underprepared for the nightmare and despair that they dare to provoke. Most folk are doing their best to avoid me. Floor full of bones of the people that annoy me. Every now and then I get a couple of daredevils with the audacity to think that they can destroy me. Good luck with that, man. I got panoramic vision, meaning that I can see in any direction with precision. If it's your decision to attack, I suggest that you come back when your plans had a bit of revision to it. Notably, you should accept defeat. Consider this your last opportunity to retreat. Repeat, that was your last chance to survive. I hope that you enjoyed your time being alive.
You foolish for ignore the warning. Now you'll be dead before the morning. You should've looked over your shoulder. You're in the eye of the beholder.
I am the tyrant, get it? I've actually been told that I'm a pretty funny guy. Wait a minute, what were we discussing? I lost my train of thought. Oh, that's right, you were just about to die. How could I forget that? It's my favorite part. The only thing left to consider is where to start. In addition to magical abilities, I'm smart. I can make your demise art. Anyway, it appears that the wizard in your party is a gnome who is worth about the same as if he would have stayed at home. I'll activate my anti-magic cone, and in a moment I'll turn him into stone. When the barbarian inevitably flies into rage, I'll disintegrate her with one of my eye rays. By the way, I haven't even begun to try. Fly by and take a bite of the fighter's thigh.
You foolish for ignore the warning. Now you'll be dead before the morning. You should've looked over your shoulder. You're in the eye of the beholder.
While the fighter attempts to collect himself, he bleeds out on the space I dismembered him in. I wouldn't waste time telling me your names. I can guarantee that nobody's ever gonna remember them. Then again, you'll be on the list of my victims at the bottom of a column of other anonymous prey. You should take a minute to reflect on the day and the last words you'll never say. Time's up, you're the lone survivor, the last one left. And halfling rogues are admittedly deft, but you broke into my home and you've stolen my time. I'm afraid I cannot allow theft. Throw you up into the air with my telekinesis. Finger of death to obliterate you into pieces, and that's that. Wink and a tip of the hat. That was good for my practice. Thanks for the chat.
You foolish for ignore the warning. Now you'll be dead before the morning. You should've looked over your shoulder. You're in the eye of the beholder. Yeah. You foolish for ignore the warning. Now you'll be dead before the morning. You should've looked over your shoulder. You're in the eye of the beholder.
A glass cannon is a character that can put out obscene damage very quickly, but is also incredibly frail.
I'm the one that gets it done in the clutch, so you know I never really gotta worry too much. I'm a glass cannon, glass cannon. You don't even want a dose of the smoke, so I'm recommending that you never try to provoke. A glass cannon, I'm a glass cannon.
If your objective is blatant confrontation and you haters have greatly underestimated my station, I dominate with divination, I conquer with conjuration, I'm bonkers with evocation, I'm astonishing at abjuration, patiently waiting for my invitation to help alleviate my already unbelievable reputation. No conversation, the brains of the operation, the pain of the population contained in a concentration of...
All right, welcome back, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. Where we last left off, our group had slept for the night on the beach on Danger Island, and had awoken to the sunrise to the announcement that the Tournament of the Ruby Phoenix has begun. They are set to find their headquarters for where they will hopefully stay during their time on the island. But that is where we come in. It is sunrise, and all of you have been woken to the sound of Sifu's voice.
Stretch and get ready to go.
You're muted, Shane.
Yeah, sorry. I was gonna say, Sir Hop is an early riser. He's gonna get up, just kind of look at the sunrise, give a nice morning croak, and then who else is up with him? Who else is like up and early here?
Well, you do see Tino out on a log in that little pond thing, and it's just kind of balancing on one foot, just in like a yoga pose almost, just balancing, looking at the sunrise.
I'm gonna mess with them a little bit. I'm gonna be like, "You there? Do you have any feathers?"
And Tino gets kind of loses his balance, but then he catches himself, and then he.
And as I laugh, his little pouch kind of does that.
You won't get the better of me, sir.
Keep on your toes today, Tino.
Yes,
I want to see you in the
course.
second round.
We will definitely see you then. With best of luck to you. Toughest! Let us go! We must make haste! And he hops off the log, and they start slowly coming out of the tent. First with Takatora, then Jiuk, and lastly Yabin comes out as well. They all look to you and wave, "Good morning!"
I give them a wave back and just say, "If I find any of you in the dung pile of a giant predator, I will never forgive you, even in the afterlife."
I don't even know how to respond to that. That was hilarious. Good lord. Ingdani comes up to all of you and just says, "Good morning." And which of you are up? Clearly, Sir Hop.
Is Zarond up, or?
Yeah, Zarond and Merlin.
Yeah, I'm
Bubblegum.
oiling
Yeah.
my gun.
Okay.
Like, Bubblegum's here, but she's not really. She looks like awake, though. She needs a
Splender's,
minute.
Not a
like,
morning
licking your
person.
cowlick on your hair, trying to wake you up a little bit. Yes, come
Yeah,
on, we
pretty
must. Early to bed, early to rise. Must go.
I know.
Yes, of course. I do believe it would be best for us to make haste. You would like to get to your safe space before others may claim it, yes?
Yes, very much so.
Yes.
Indeed.
All right. Toughest, best of luck to you.
And Tino and the Toughest say, "Yes, good luck to all of you as well." And all of them start to walk into the forest to the south.
Too bad I'm not playing Zavit, who has that spell status and can just be like, "I'm gonna put this on you," just kind of keep tabs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well. Good luck, guys. I've said all I can.
Yes, absolutely. So, go. They're gone. All right. So, Ingdani says,
Yes, the place that all of you have been assigned is in an abandoned temple of Irori. Originally, it was a Tiansha temple, but after the mass exodus from the island,
and she's saying this as you're walking into the forest.
but after the mass exodus of the island, it was taken over temporarily by some monks of Irori. So, just be aware that there are many dangers within. It is part of your test to be able to clear this place out, but I am sure all of you are capable enough to handle this, yes?
Clear this place out? Do you mean like the monks of Irori that claimed it are now enemies, or that they have laid sort of traps and filled it with hostile creatures for us to clear as a part of our test?
She smiles even, says, "This is for you to find out."
Okay, well,
Fantastic.
cool. I feel, forgive me if it feels a little bit like maybe you clerics of Abadar are trying to take out the Irori monks because they're like in the way. I don't know. It seems like you're making it feel like a test, but you really have some beef with them. I'm not really
Well, there
religious,
are-
but that's...
Not every headquarters along the island belong to Irori. I believe there is an Abadaran one on the northern coast.
Well, fair enough. I trust that you're not lying to us because Abadar would probably be very upset with you if you were, so...
Oh yes, Abadar does not look kindly on those who cheat and lie. And you do know this, that Abadar is very much the god of, like, laws and justice.
I mean, that's the public image that all, like, Abadar people try to project anyway, so you don't even... I feel like you don't need to have a religion proficiency or training to know that, like, that's supposed to be their thing. Yeah.
It's like knowing that Hindus are vegetarian. You know, it's like, that's the thing that everyone knows, you know?
Right. Or that they don't eat cows.
Yeah, specifically cows, that kind of thing. So, as you're walking through the forest, I want to share this map of the island, and to just kind of give you an idea of where everything is. All of you are in this hex right here, and you need to be going northeast to there, basically. It's not far. So, let me get rid of the drawing. Go away. Erase. There we go. So you're walking for not very long, but Ingdani is telling you that along the island we have worked with several merchants back in the capital cities with the Church of Abadar. We call these the stone markets, and she walks up next to this big boulder. It's about 6 feet tall, kind of plain, smooth side, and she says, "This here is the stone market. All you need to do is when you have your Phoenix token like this," and she shows you the brooch that she's wearing, and I believe I have a picture of Ingdani. Ingdani. Yes, I do. So she's wearing a brooch right now, that Phoenix brooch on her rope right here. Yeah. And she takes it off and she says, "Once you have your own Phoenix badge, you'll be able to access all of the stone markets here on the island. They have a magic that connects them to merchants within the capital cities. It perhaps would be easier for me to show you." And she takes her portal, opens up, just immediately, with a border of magical energy around the outside. Within, on the other side, you see a shop. It looks like any other shop you've ever been to in any large city. And Ingdani says, "Yes, hello. Okay, we are just showing some competitors the stone markets. Yes. So," and she says, "Look here. It is only one way, and the all of your the money that you are charged is taken away from an account at the end. You will pay at the end. So you cannot actually put anything through this portal." And she tries to put her arm through this portal, but it stops just like she's touching a rock. And she says, "But yes, please, now be giving us a test." And one of them hands like just a regular feather quill pen, and you see the arm come through the portal holding a quill feather, and she plucks it from him and says, "Yes, thank you." And she shows it to all of you that items can come through here, but they can't go back the other way. It's sort of an anti-theft deterrent. But essentially what these are for is if you need items while you're on the island, you can access the stone markets to gain, potions, weapons, runes, that kind of thing.
Cool.
Okay. That's fascinating. Very, very good setup. I imagine what we're hearing from them is not actually their voice, because that would mean that their voice is traveling, or like they're not hearing us. They're hearing a sort of representation of us in the location of the thing being reproduced, because otherwise our voice would be traveling through, and that wouldn't work through the magic.
You are very clever, Sir Hop. Yes, there is actually a magic mouth aspect to the enchantment as well.
I figured as much. I have studied a bit of magic, and not unfamiliar with the arcane.
It shows, for sure. And so she continues on after showing you the stone market into the forest a bit more. Come on, combat tracker, open up. There we go. So I'm going to plop you all on a map here real quick. And what kind of order are you in? Ingdani is up near the front because she kind of knows where she's going. The rest of you don't. So where roughly are you at?
Somewhere in the middle, honestly.
Since Donnie's in the front, I don't feel like I need to be in the front. Being Mr. Shield guy, like I could take the back in case something comes from behind. I can take the hit as the shield guy if that's okay with others.
Yeah, that's fine. I can walk up next to her, take up the front.
Sure. Okay.
I believe, yeah, because my perception's really good. Being a gunslinger, so.
And then Merla, are you going to be closer to Aaron to the front or closer to Mr. Hop at the back?
I'll be closer to Sir Hop.
All right, put you right there. Perfect. Okay. Let me see. Is this what I need? Yes. Perfect. All right. Let me share this really fast. Share. Unlock. Let me know in the. Hopefully that loads really quick. Did it?
I mean, our icons are there.
Yeah.
So the screen is black.
Icons. All right. Oh, it's black. Okay. That's
Yeah, with some question marks.
correct.
Do you
Oh,
have
it's with the question marks. Okay, so it's just trying to load that.
Okay, I was gonna say.
No, I don't have the line of sight stuff on. No.
Okay, cool.
Just.
I know that was an issue before.
Ooh, let me get rid of the lights. There we go.
The lighting
it
was
an
like
issue
conflicting.
Light.
Oh, yeah,
yes,
there we go.
I remember that.
Okay, the temple's up now.
Okay, it's up.
Well,
All
the
right,
building,
fantastic.
but you just can't see the inside.
Yep, it's black. Fantastic. That's how it should be. All right, so the path to the temple begins at the bottom of a hill, several hundred feet from this door. But a simple dirt path leads up to a large pair of wooden doors bearing numerous intricate carvings. Two statues, each of an androgynous human, stand to either side of the doors, though the southern statue has been knocked over and now lies in pieces in the grass. Large webs cover the temple door and the exterior walls to the northwest and southwest. Something massive writhes in the thick webs that cover the northwest wall.
Okay. I don't like the look of how giant those webs are.
Oh, love this for us so much. I hate this.
Yeah. Don't get caught in webs.
Perhaps a little bit of fire might be able to clear those up. It's what is this temple made of? Is it stone primarily? Any like wood elements or any flammable things we need to worry about?
The majority of the temple is stone. There are more than likely some wooden things inside, furniture and things of this nature, but I believe most of it is stone.
So, I have something. It might not be ethical if our enemies are people. We could smoke them out. I'm not saying set the place on fire, but if we created a fire and then funneled smoke into the place, it could, and then have like one exit that was like clear. We could funnel our enemies out to us to where we could fight them out here out in the open instead of like inside. I just don't
burn this place down.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, this is your safe house for the rest of the stay on the island. It would be a shame to burn it all down, but it seems like if you could control the flames, that is not a terrible idea. I am not sure of what is inside, to be terribly honest.
Far be it from me to be suggesting chemical warfare here, but it would be much easier for us and we would expend less resources is the main thing. Besides which, I don't like spiders, so I don't want to be food in a web. If we could get rid of them a different way, or I don't have to actually fight them, that's actually better for me.
Well, does one of us have control over fire?
I do. I can make a sphere.
Can you now?
I can.
There we go.
I also can have my hands burning too, you know.
Ooh.
I also have fireball. You know, good stuff. I have fire.
So could you have your companion then take a bit of a cursory glance around to see if there are any openings that we could funnel the smoke into? Again, not trying to burn the place, we're trying to literally make it hard for them to respire inside so that they have to leave, and then we could fight them on the outside.
You can do that, bud. Take a good look around, see what's the best option for us.
Sure, go for it. So go ahead and walk around. And, you're going to know north or south?
We'll go south.
Cool. All right, so go ahead and, yeah, you do see more webs down in that area. It's kind of thickly overgrown with trees, but you can see the huge webs up kind of in the canopy and up along the walls. So go ahead and move yourself to the south, like to where you wanted to go there, Bubblegum.
Where?
Also, are you sneaking or no?
Yes.
Okay, so give me a stealth check in the tower, please.
Yep.
All right, go ahead and position, or just go ahead and move yourself as you would like.
Yeah.
All right, so
Around
we're
there.
going in there. Is it just Bubblegum who's going in there?
Bubblegum and Splendor, at least, yes.
Oh, and Splendor. Okay. So, yeah, as you're walking down there, you can see that the webs are pretty thick within this area. Give me a perception check in the tower, please, Bubblegum. Okay. Oh, I'm on the wrong tab. Got it. So, as you're looking around, what are you looking around for specifically?
Any openings, any ways that look like we could either get in, or ways we can like if we do get in, if we can just kind of do like what Sir Hop and them were saying, like try to smoke them out, or
I see. Okay, so you do see, and Splendor is actually the one who notices it when you get down here. Splendor says, "Look, there are double doors over here."
Ooh.
And points out that here to the south, right there is a pair of double doors.
Okay, good. We have one entrance. Doesn't look like it's covered by spiders, so that's good.
Yes, you are. That is correct. You don't see any webs covering that door. That is correct.
Well, that's okay. Fun. Let me just see if I have anything that can help me here. If not, I'll just run back. So give me a minute. Can I, when I look at these, just like look at the doors and look at the way that it is, I do have automatic knowledge with occult type things, so could I do like an occult roll or something that maybe I can kind of gather what kind of integrity we're dealing with?
For like trying to see what the door is made of?
Just like in general, looking at the building and alongside with the door, if I can kind of gander like, oh, there's this kind of magic we should probably be looking out for.
I see. And you're a arcane caster, I think, right? Yeah. Give me an Arcana check in the dice tower. Or occultism would be fine if you want. Either one.
Okay.
Occultism or Arcana. You can't get a very good read on this place. You can't tell what you should be warding yourself against, but the only thing you've noticed so far are the giant spider webs.
All right, so we're gonna head back towards the rest of the group then.
All right. Okay.
So giant double doors on the south side. And so at least one entrance / exit. We could look around the other side if you want, but no giant spiders outside at least.
I think it'd be a good idea to get a full perimeter view. I'll go on the top side if you want to continue, and we can meet on the other side.
You seem to underestimate how big this building is.
Well, it is very large, but understanding this is to be our safe space, others are going to try to invade it from the outside, right? They're going to be doing the same thing we are going to be doing. So I think going at it from their perspective is going to better allow us to defend this structure once we take it.
So, what side are we meeting on? Are we both meeting on the south side? Or are we what?
So if this is the west side here,
Yes.
then we would be meeting on the east side, on the opposite end of the building.
Oh, okay. Yes. All right. Yeah, we could. Yeah, let's east side. Yeah, let's go.
Let's entirely
wants
split
to come
up,
with
I think.
me?
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
We split the party.
Yep. So
Or
who's
if
going
we
in what
do-
way?
So Bubble Sweet's gonna be going back down south. They already know that that path is clear, at least, but they don't know what's going closer to east.
Okay. Is anyone going with bubblegum, or are you going with Splendor?
If anybody
I
wants
think-
to come along, they can. It doesn't matter.
I think, yes, we should do teams of, I suppose, 3. If you, Splendor, and then either Merla or even Igdani or Arand can go with you, and then the other 3 of us can go the north route. I know, Igdani, you don't have like a stake in any fight, but you could at least, since you've led us to the temple, if you want to just walk with us.
I could stay around the outside.
All right. Yeah, I can. Why don't I go with bubblegum and you guys go the other way? We'll meet in the middle.
All right.
All right. So Merla and Sir Hop are going to the top, or to the north. I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's go with them first. So go ahead and kind of start moving yourselves a little bit north. As you come across that little corner there, Sir Hop, pretty much right where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a perception check in the tower
Absolutely.
before going much further.
I guess I also want to mention I'm not rushing. I'm going kind of slowly, leisurely. I don't want it to sound like there's a lot of jangling equipment and stuff. I just want to kind of be getting a good view of this place and examining the outside as well as any other dangers there might be.
Are you stealthing or just walking?
I'm following the path, but I'm trying not to make a lot of noise. So I'm not visually trying to hide myself because I figured that to do that I'd have to be in this foliage here, and that might be more dangerous. So I'm just kind of following the path and trying to be quiet.
Okay. All right. Well, what immediate? Give me a perception check in the tower, please. There, Sir Hop, not Mr. Hop.
Did I? I think I already did. Did I not?
Oh, there it goes. Now I'm seeing it. All right. So as you're getting over there, you start hearing the sounds of struggling. And looking to the side, you see that actual web that's there, right? The massive sprawling web that's on the map. Within it, you see a very big creature that looks like this. It's another one of the dinosaurs, you think. It's a large leathery creature with 3 horns on its head. And it seems to be caught in this giant web and is struggling.
Oh. Well, Bubblegum Sweet would never forgive us if we just allowed this thing to succumb to its injuries. I think, Merla, it might be a good idea for us to release it so it can leave this area.
Very well. I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, I'll work on this side, and you can work on this side. I have a few ideas here, and I can do acid splash on the webbing here to see if it'll dissolve it and allow this thing to break free.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. There's rules for it. Acid splash is an AC attack, right?
That's a good question.
Is it? Yeah. What is acid splash? Is
it is a spell attack. Spell attack.
Okay, so its AC is 5, so you can still technically critically fail. So go ahead and just give me one roll for it. But again, its AC is 5.
All right, I'll just roll a d20.
Yeah.
I just crit it.
I'll allow it. Yeah, you crit it. The webs here. Let's see. Yeah, so it does start to melt away, kind of on the northern side there, and it's the Triceratops is still struggling within this web, but it's And Merla, what are you doing as he's acid splashing these webs?
Oh, well, I don't know if there's too much I can do to help since I don't have acid in any capacity, really. If I try to like physically untangle the webs, I'll probably get stuck in them too.
It's probably fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could try to calm the creature down, maybe.
Yeah, okay, go ahead and try
Get
that.
out
Do you
of
have a
there,
spell,
Sarah.
or are
That's
you
a
going to
good
try
idea.
a nature check?
What check?
Do you have a spell, or are you going to try a nature check?
I'm gonna try nature check.
Cool, go ahead and roll that in the tower, please.
I cast Calm Triceratops.
That would be a very helpful spell. Okay,
Everyone laughed at me when I prepared it, but now who's laughing?
actually, Merla, you are capable of calming this thing. You look in its eyes, you kind of walk up to it and put your hand on it, and it seems to catch your gaze, and it slowly calms. Like, is there something specific you say or do to it? But it does seem to be receptive to you.
Yeah, just kind of like, we're going to help you out of here. It will be easier if you calm down just a little bit, but you'll be on your merry way.
And it still looks kind of scared and agitated. And give me a perception check, Merla, in the tower. Just Merla.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
Okay.
Can I ask if it looks dehydrated, like it's been here for a while?
Give me a nature check in the tower. Yeah, well, that's a good question. It does look like it's probably fairly malnourished, thirsty, hungry, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Looks like it's probably been here a bit.
I have a spell called Spout. Water blasts upwards, coming out of the ground, rising from a pool, or even manifesting from thin air. It would normally deal damage, but I'm going to not target the thing. I'm going to target in front of the thing so that water appears so that it can drink while we're freeing it. So its mind is focused on something else.
Sure, yeah. Suddenly water shoots up from a small area in the ground right in front of the head of this creature, and it tries to lean forward and stick its head in this column of water, and sticks out its big tongue and starts lapping into it. It seems quite thirsty. It's taken quite a bit of it. So after a moment, you're able to get most of those webs burnt off, and it kind of drops to the ground, and it looks to you, Sir Hop, and it looks to Merla, and it licks Merla, and then it kind of... Sir Hop, give me a perception in the tower.
Okay.
You could swear that it looks up to the roof and then looks back to you, and then it runs off into the forest.
Did you catch that, Merla?
I think I did.
The roof seems to be perhaps where the creature that made these webs is. Could be that our enemies are not in the temple, but outside the temple.
Well, I'm going to switch over to Bubble. Oh, sorry, you have something to say? Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say, I don't have the message cantrip, so I can't just whisper that. I have Bullhorn, and that would not be good for stealth, so I'll have to wait until we can figure it out.
Perfect.
But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to jump over to Aaron and Bubblegup's suite. What are you two doing as you approach the door?
Just taking a look. There's no webs on it or anything, right?
No, but they're on either side, not on the door directly, though. Pretty much what you see on the map is what's there, as far as webs.
Okay. Doesn't look like anybody's been through here recently, has there? Like, with the path being like a dirt path? Or anything like on the stone disturbed? Perhaps like the door where it's been opened and moved?
This door looks... Actually, give me a survival check in the tower, please. That's a great question.
Oh, don't just drop it on the top of the tower. Put it in the tower.
In the tower.
All right, hold on. I gotta Move the tower.
It happens. You have a lot going on your screen.
There we go. All right, let's try that again. There we
go. You don't see anything that looks like humanoid footprints. Nothing that looks out of the ordinary. Maybe a couple of animals have been by here, but nothing that looks too out of the ordinary.
Okay. Well, doesn't seem like anybody's been here. Keep going.
No, it hasn't changed since we took a look before, and can't really tell anything with the building. Like, I try to do a deeper look to see if there's anything magical, and there's honestly nothing.
Well,
yeah, let's carry on. 'Cause I know this area, you know, unless you saw something else, I don't think I see anything.
No,
really.
I was just making sure we're not running anybody that may have come inside.
No, that's fine.
Cautiously.
Ooh, my fantasy grounds is lagging. Sorry.
No, you're good. We'll take our time.
Yeah.
Kind of cautiously looking at every corner of the building, make sure there's nothing hiding, waiting to pop out on us or anything.
Yep.
There we go. I think it's finally catching up to itself.
I'm coming up on that
All right.
little center, like square piece coming out of the building.
There we go. Yes, I see now. All right, finally got that to close. Can both of you give me a perception check, please, in the tower?
Yeah.
Ooh. Or did those rolls go through, or is it just lagging on my end?
I think it's lagging because it says
I think
mine
it's
went
lag.
through.
Mine
Okay.
went through.
All right, I'm clearly having some serious lag issues. That's okay. So then for there they go.
we go.
Now I see
Yeah.
the dice going. Now I see them. There we go. Okay. So the two of you, as you're kind of passing those trees there, you hear rustling leaves to the north. You hear shaking. And you look up and you see those webs vibrating. And just as your eyes reach the top of the tree line and the top of the web line, you see the largest spider you've ever seen in your entire lives. Please roll initiative.
Oh dear.
Lovely. Oh, gross. Okay.
And saying at the same time,
Good
as
thing
the
Ashes are
That's a
Triceratops...
Pegasus?
It is.
Oh my
Oh.
lord. Okay.
As the Triceratops runs off into the forest, Sir Hop, you meet where its gaze was, and you see another one, a massive spider at the top, just above you, on the roof of this place.
Wait, was I supposed to put that in the tower?
No, but it's 24, so I'll give it to you.
Okay.
Oh, it fixed it on your sheet, on the combat tracker.
Amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, so it automatically gave it to you. Okay, does anyone not have an initiative? Okay, I need Merla, Sir Hop. It's pretty good. Not terrible. Okay, so spider's actually first, and that kind of checks out. It's the one from the web where you freed the dinosaur from. So it's been watching you this whole time. It watched you free its prey, and now it is going to descend on a web, which allows it to travel downward, straight down up to 120 feet, suspended by a web. So it's descending and spreading web behind it. So it lands right next to the two of you. Come on, right there. And it is going to attempt to fang attack at Sir Hop. Ooh, and it's going to critically miss you. Okay,
nice,
fantastic.
nice.
was a hit. So it's going to try again, but it's going to try to fang at Merla. And probably miss. That was, oh no, hit, fantastic. So it does manage to bite you, Merla. Does a bunch of damage. I need you to make a fortitude save. Oh, I can force you to do, no, yeah, go ahead and roll a fortitude save. 38.
Natural
that's
20,
really
baby.
good. Oh, it's a nat 20, yeah, so you critically succeed. Yes, so nothing happens other than you get bit. That's the end of its turn. Arand, you're up, and there is a huge spider right over there.
Yeah, not great. Let's see. So
Erend.
I am going to, let's see, where are they? Inventory. Let's activate a smoke stick. So take the stick out of my side and crack it open, and it'll create a burst of 20 feet of smoke around me.
Got you.
And then, oop, can I move that in closer?
Yep, right there. There we go.
All right. And then because I can see through smoke, let's see. Let me check my abilities here. Called shot. I am going to aim my shot carefully, use my called shot ability, and target its legs.
Absolutely. And both of you are concealed, I believe, because you're in that.
Yes.
Yep.
Ooh.
Well, all right.
Dang, that's a good crit. Yes. Okay.
And that is.
Ooh, yes. You
30?
blast out, boom, and shoot this thing. And it's an extremely large target. This is very much like broadside of a barn kind of a moment.
Yeah.
And you land an extremely pinpoint shot right in its thick abdomen.
All right. So then it takes a minus 10-foot penalty to its speed until the end of my next turn. And then on a crit, it also takes a minus 5-foot penalty for 1 minute.
Good, but I just realized something. The rules of this encounter explicitly state that the spiders are slowed 1 for the first 2 turns, so I didn't have enough action economy to attack Merla.
Oh.
So I'm going to heal you again. I just
Okay.
realized that. Those things only had 2 actions for the first 2 rounds. Yeah, it only had enough to descend and attack Sir Hop. Sorry about that. So, Erend, what did you say the rest of your shot does? It does a ton of stuff on a crit. Right?
So 10-foot status penalty to its speed for till my next turn, and then because I crit, it also gets a minus 5-foot penalty for 1 minute. So that 10-foot round will fall off, but then yeah.
Minus 10 feet for 1 round.
Yep.
Okay, and then how much?
Minus 5 feet for a full minute.
Wow. Speed minus 5 feet. Speed for a minute is 10 rounds? Yes, 10 rounds. Cool. Cool.
Yep.
Got it. I gave it that effect.
Fantastic. And then I suppose I'll just shoot at it again.
Okay.
So you're just firing off gunshots. We can hear this, right?
Or no,
Oh, absolutely.
Actually, I need to reload, so that'll be my.
Your third?
Yeah.
All right. So your third action is to reload. That brings us to Merla. You are up.
I'm going to cast Enervation again. That's a really cool spell.
It's
I like it a lot.
It's gnarly. It's a good spell.
Yeah. So control click to target.
Mhm.
And then make you save.
Yes. Ooh. Critical success. It rolled
Oh,
a nat
no.
20.
Nothing happens then.
No.
So absolutely. So you reach your hand out. You try to cast a spell on this target, and it fizzles in your hand. You were so startled by this thing slamming on the ground next to you that you lost the spell. So you still have a single action, I believe.
I'm gonna leave.
Okay. So how far? Oh, you're moving. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't believe it has an attack of opportunity. I don't think so. So yeah, it does not. Okay, so
Yeah. Is there a way? Could I like shift click and try to? I'm trying to gauge the distance.
oh, you just click yourself and use your arrow keys, or
Okay,
I can do this.
sick.
I can also turn on the grid. There,
Okay, cool.
if that's helpful.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just leave the grid on. There you go.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Because I have fleet, so I have 30 feet of movement.
Ah, yes, nice. Fleet is such a good feat to have. My God.
And that'll be my turn.
All right, fantastic. So that brings it to the spider down here. It didn't like that it just got shot, so it's going to attempt to shoot a bunch of webs at you there, Erend. It's gonna try.
You said shoot, and I'm like, it pulls out a gun.
It's gonna shoot webs.
Get out of my property.
Oh, it's a hit, but let's see if the concealed helps. No, I still managed to. The spider still manages to get through your concealment, so that's what the 13 was all about. So it does manage to hit you with its webs.
Oh.
Danger Island is a stand your ground state that we come to find out.
Web wrap. So you get web wrap. It doesn't do any damage. Let's see, what is... Hang on, I must have not read this ability. Web wrap. A web trap. I can't read, apparently. What is... Web tether? Oh, there we go. You're restrained and tethered to the spider, preventing you from moving further away from it. It can have one creature tethered at a time, and you can try to escape it, or you can try to sever it, the web. So you are restrained. It didn't do any damage, but let me give you restrained. Or I guess that'd be grabbed, I guess. Come on, grabbed on Erend. There it worked. Okay, fantastic. So that was one action. Its second action is to descend on the web. So now it's down on the ground. And third, it is going to move up to you. Like here, I think. Right there. That's the end of its turn. That brings it to Sir Hop.
Sir Hop. So Sir Hop kind of understands that this thing is focused on us. I think he can see he's small, so he sees underneath the legs to probably Ingdani, who's just like, this is your fight.
It very much is. That is accurate.
So he's going to try to get all of its attention to protect Merla, so Merla can do more like spells from the back. Also, hearing the gunshot, he knows that everyone else is busy with probably another spider or just some other creature or whatever. So we can't count on them to come to us for help.
Right.
So I'm going to cast one of my studio spells, Warding Aggression, as
Good
two
spell.
actions. And part of that, is going to be making an attack on this thing. So it's a control to target.
It's an excellent spell.
It might. Oh, I got to click on my first. There we go. Okay. And then
control click yourself, otherwise you're going to attack yourself.
I think I clicked myself and then control click the spider.
You did both. Just control click yourself. There you go.
Okay.
Now it's untargeted.
Okay.
Now you're good. Fall on your own petard.
Yeah. Here we go. Let's just roll an attack.
All right, that's a hit.
All right, and so what that's going to do is, against this target, I'm going to have a +2 AC, and I'm going to deal this damage to it. It's arcane. Damage. No, it's not arcane. It's just damage. But
stab. It's piercing, I think, right?
Well, it is a magic weapon, so I guess it is arcane. But yeah, I'm going to use Arcane Cascade as my last action. It takes some of the energy of this and puts me into a stance. The stance now will give my melee attacks +2 damage, and I think I add force damage to it because this was an abjuration spell that I did. I'm still kind of getting the hang of maguses here.
Yeah, they're very cool.
Yeah. Yes, so it's +2 force damage that lasts as long as I am in this stance.
That's awesome. So that was an action just going into the stance?
Yeah, but now I'm in
Cool.
it. So, yeah, so 2 actions for warding aggression, which I am now... there's a duration on that as long as I keep attacking this thing and it doesn't die. The warding aggression maintains the whole duration.
So here's how you can do it. Scroll down all the way down to where warding aggression is on your actions tab. Click the
And
magnifier
just-
next to warding aggression.
And then it's the
And
little
just click the
man
one
that
that
next
says
to 2.
2 status. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, the 2. There you go.
Yeah.
And now you have an extra 2 AC. And
Sweet.
keep in mind, that is a status bonus. Yeah, I think if you raise your shield, it's an item bonus or a circumstance bonus, one of the two. So it stacks with raised
Very
shield.
cool.
So that's your turn. So that's good. Yeah, that's it. Brings it to Bubblegum. You're up. You are
Cool.
concealed. This giant spider is attacking Erend, but you're within the smoke,
Oh, perfect.
which is kind of your wheelhouse. This is a good thing.
Yeah, this is. So let's see. What do I want to do? There's so many things to do. I think I at first hold on, let me just it's 2 moves. I forgot that I have to factor that in here. You know what? I think what I'm going to do, I want to do Cloud Kill on it.
Okay. That's a gnarly spell.
Yep.
Let's see, which one's Cloud Kill? That's
Level
that.
5.
Oh god, 5th level spell? Yep, okay. So click yourself and then control click on the spider. That makes it your target.
Yep.
Yep, there you go. Now click the magnifying glass next to Cloud Kill. And where it says Fort DC 30, click the little the DC the D20 next to it, and that'll force it to make the fort save. Oh, it rolled bad. That's a failure. So go ahead and roll the blood icon next to the damage.
Ooh.
So this huge cloud
Damn.
of just disgusting poison. How does it come out of you? Like, where does it come from, Bubble?
Oh, it's coming from my hands. Like from the claws. Pretty much.
From her claw. So this gas shoots out of her sharp claws in just this billowing cloud around this spider, and it starts. It clearly does not like that at all. So that's all 3 actions. Splendor he can have 1 action if he wants, so he can like move or something, but he doesn't have to.
Where is his on? Oh, his is in my notes. I'm just gonna have him just like kind of like move hidden behind me. Just stay hidden for now.
All right. So he will hide within the cloud. There you go.
Perfect.
End of the round, or top of the round, I should say. It is Big Spider, and it didn't like getting attacked by Sir Hop, and Merla didn't seem to be much of a threat to it since your spell didn't work on it. So it's definitely going after Sir Hop here. Going to attack you with its fangs. Ooh, that's gonna hurt.
I'm still
Critical
to
hits.
maybe prevent it from being a crit. I'm going to reaction raise a shield, and with all the feats, I actually have like 2 actions. I have a raise a shield that's its own thing, and then shield block as a secondary reaction that is only used for that. So I think I'm going to do both. So maybe so. I think that makes it 35 AC. Does that still count as a crit at that point?
No, that makes it a regular hit, actually.
Okay,
'Cause it's
cool.
within
And then
7,
40
right?
within 10.
10, okay.
Yeah.
And then shield block
that's
to
enough.
reduce the damage if I can have that work out.
Yes, I think your reaction is to raise the shield, right?
But I get a reflexive shield feat, which means I can then.
Oh, that's
I have
right.
2
You
reactions.
have
My action
reflexive
economy is
shield.
pretty nuts.
You're right. I forgot about that. You have 2 reactions. Yes, you can then. So yes. So let me re-roll this until it's just a regular hit. So let me just do this again. That's
And
of course.
okay.
Of course. It's
Sweet,
just
sweet.
going to give me stupid rolls. There we go. Okay, so that's a regular. So then there's this, and how much damage does your shield reduce?
So normally, I believe it's 13 hardness, but because I'm a Sparkling Targe, when I'm in my Arcane Cascade stance, I add the bonus to damage onto the hardness of my shield, which means it's 15, I believe. So I can up to 15 reduce, and then any more than that, it takes damage.
All right, so I'm just going to give myself the minus 15 on this, and then attack incoming. Still pretty decent roll, but that should have minus 3, minus 15. Yeah, that's correct. Because it's, yep, that's right. So a little bit of damage. It doesn't hurt nearly as bad as you realize it should have. Those fangs would have skewered a wild boar. But let's see, that's one action. Second action? Oh, wait, I hit you. So I need you to make a fortitude save. As you feel it pumping some venom into you. That is exactly what you needed. So you don't have any additional effects. But it is going to kind of back up a little bit to here and attempt to shoot webs at you from its abdomen. So that's going to be its penalty. Web 22. You're out of reactions, thankfully. And it misses. All right, end of its turn. That brings it to Erend. You got the spider all up in your shit.
Yeah. Not good. Do not like. I guess it's just up in my face, so let's shoot it. Let's see. Now let's try another shot here. All right, let's do a called shot. I am going to target its arms this time. Let's see if I hit. All right.
I keep forgetting that these things are slowed. It couldn't have done the web shot against Sir Hop. It missed anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I need to remember. It's done at the end of this round. But so yeah, that looks like you hit 8 damage.
And then arms, it is enfeebled 2 until the end of the
Good lord.
turn. Yeah.
Enfeebled 2? Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Enfeebled and slowed and minus speed. Good god.
Well, now it's only minus 5 to its speed.
It hasn't gotten to its turn yet, so it's still the minus 10, I think.
Oh.
Right?
Wow.
Oh no, you're right.
I believe it's on my turn, so.
Yeah. So yes, the minus 10 is already gone. Cool. So you shot it once.
Yeah.
What else do you have? Do you have to reload or something?
Yeah, I can do running reload, so while I am moving, I can interact to reload as well, so I don't have to waste an action on that. And then, since I'm reloaded, let's do another shot on it.
Ooh, that was a good hit. Yeah. I thought that was going to crit.
Yeah, I did too. All right. Well, either way. Another 8.
Oh, little damage. Okay.
All right.
Every little bit counts. So I think that's your turn, right?
Yes, sir.
Shoot, running, reload, shoot. Fantastic. Merla, back to you. Got this thing square in your sights,
Yeah.
so to speak.
I traded out a few of my damage blasting spells for some utility. And I probably want to hold on to some blasting spells in case we run into any other friends.
Oh, there's nothing else in here that's going to attack you guys. This is the only fight.
Well, I trust you, Lumpy.
You
I'm
shouldn't.
completely-
You absolutely
You shouldn't. You shouldn't trust me. I'm totally lying. There's more to
Yeah.
this.
Um,
Don't blow your wad.
can I close distance? Can I get into melee range with it? I think I can.
I think so. Should be able to.
Yeah.
Let's see.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so I can. Can I cast Chill Touch?
Absolutely. Let's see. We'll make it your target real quick. Oh wait, I think it already is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
already
it is.
did.
Cool.
And then I'm making you roll that fortitude save.
Ooh, real high.
Damn it!
Critical success. Nothing happens. Ooh.
I get the feeling
So-
fortitude is a good saving throw for these things.
Yeah, that's probably a wise thing to think. So it's back over to the other spider down at the south. This thing is going to attempt to shoot webs over at Aaron. It is ignoring, actually, and then it's going to move out of the way as well. So it's going to shoot, see if it gets to the concealment. It does, fantastic. So it hits you with its webs, Aaron, and it is going to crawl back up the webs here, and it's pulling you with it. So it's going to, let's see, how far can it go?
I just realized
30,
I don't know if I
but-
could move because I think I was webbed last time.
Oh, that's right. That's
Shit.
right. You were. Well, we'll say that you were just still back here, and then it webbed you, and it's just pulling you with it. But it is now no longer slowed, but you are here. So that's the end of its turn.
Yeah.
But it
Alright.
should not be slowed anymore, so let me get rid of that.
Come on, map. Let me move.
There we go. All right. Sir Hop, you're up.
Alrighty. Merla kind of goes and does this thing, and this thing brushes it off. And I'm like, he's one tough customer. And I'm going to, let's see. I don't need to cast more warding aggressions. It just kind of lasts as long as I keep attacking. So that's what I'm going to do.
As long as you keep attacking, yeah.
I'll just move forward, and I'm going to make 2 strikes here with the +2 damage to it if I hit.
So you know, if you were to go a little bit south and kind of just south of it, you could be flanking with Merla, and you would be flat-footed.
Ooh, I forgot.
Since you're not
flanking-
used, since you're not used to
Yeah.
playing a melee class, I'll let you know that.
Thank you.
Yeah, so let me give it flat-footed. There you
I
go.
will do exactly that. All right,
There.
here we go. Huzzah!
Nice.
Get
That's definitely a
wrecked,
strike.
kid. Let me add 2 to this. Here's the first hit. Oh, by the way, just point of order. The shield I have is actually magical.
Oh, good.
Because it says it has non-magical counterparts that is better than in its descriptions. as
Oh,
well.
nice. Got it. Okay.
I did subtract from its hit points the damage that got dealt to it though. So, all right,
Okay.
second hit here. Hopefully an actual hit. Please be a 16.
Hey, nice. Yep.
It was like almost cocked on the
was
3. I'm like
16.
16, please.
Yeah, I saw that. Yep, that's a hit. So 2 in a row.
Ooh, much better.
Ooh,
Much
big
better
damage.
hit this time.
Good damage. Yeah, that was great. So yeah, you move over, you slice. It did not like that one bit.
Oh yeah.
Should be the end of their turn, right? Move, strike. Yep.
Yeah, and I'll just yell to Marilla like, "Don't give up. Try something different."
Then it's over to Bubblegum. You see this giant spider has webbed Aaron and is dragging him back over towards its webs. That's you, Bubblegum.
No.
Or you looking through spells? I gotcha.
Yeah, I am. Alright, so 40 feet away. Kind of angy, but that's okay. Let me just take a look at one thing. Oh, that's too far. Okay. Cool. That's too far. Where is my range? Damn it. Okay, so Flagpole, I already did that last time. Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, okay, so it has to be. So I want to daze it.
Daze? Alright.
Yep. So I
So-
can cloud the target's mind with a mental jolt. And the
Alright.
jolt deals mental damage equal to your spellcasting ability modifier. So the target must attempt a basic will save.
Alright, so go next to Daze, click the little hourglass. Where it says will DC 30, just click the D20 thing. And that'll force it to make that save. There you go. Ooh, critical failure! Look at
Like
that.
stunned.
That is good.
That is good. That's extremely good. So go ahead and click the blood next to 5 mental, and then the little walking dude next to stun 1.
Yep.
That was excellent. So yeah, there you go. I think you have to move to get Oh wait, no.
No, I don't.
Daze is like 120 feet, isn't it?
120
That's
feet.
right.
Yep.
So you still have one action.
I still have discern secrets that I
Yeah,
could.
that's a cantrip. You can use that all the time if you want.
Yeah, but unfortunately, it has to be within 30 feet, and it's 40. So can I
This
just?
thing was within 30 feet of you. I'll allow it.
Okay, hold on. Before I do that, actually, let me just double check one other thing.
Okay.
You know what? Since Blood Vendetta is kind of like reoccurring, is that like one slot technically?
It's not reoccurring. It's something that you do on a reaction,
On a
and
reaction.
you have to
Okay,
use
so
a
that's a
slot every
reaction.
time you use it. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's
So-
only when you get attacked.
Okay, then I'll do discern secrets on that, and
Cool.
yeah.
So give me an Arcana or an Occultism check in the tower, and give yourself a +1 with it.
Yep, and now I remember where that is now. The modifier, that's one. Is that Arcana or Occult?
Mm-hmm. Your choice.
Try to add the
Alright.
modifier.
Yeah, that's good enough. I am not sure if it did, but whatever, that's fine. So let's see here. You know that there are giant spiders in the world, but you've never seen any quite this large before. But you did hear that the creatures on this island are of unusual size, to use a bit of a reference. So they probably have the same abilities that a majority of spiders do, like webs, dark sense, tremor sense, that kind of thing. But you rolled high enough that if I will tell you that its lowest saving throw is indeed will.
Okay.
By a pretty significant margin. But that's all you get from it.
That's
So,
all. That's all I want anyway.
End of your turn.
Yep.
Back up top of the round to Spider, number 2. And since Sir Hop is the one who's been hurting this thing most, it's definitely going after him. So
I think a reflexive shield and all that. I'll at the very least raise my shield as a reaction, and we'll see if I need to shield block if it.
What's your AC normally?
Well, right now because of avoiding aggression, it should be 33.
33. Okay. Then with your reaction, +2 would be 35, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
So I think it'll still hit me.
I think it still hits, yes.
I'm gonna shield block.
All right, so that is totally fine. Shield block, you said, is 15. Good God.
15, correct.
Good Lord. Minus 15. I think it damages your shield at the same time, too.
I'm keeping track of the hit
you're
points
keeping
of the
track of it?
shield.
Good,
yeah.
good. Okay, so bam! It bites down and still manages to get 15 points of damage through. These things hit really hard. It's good you're blocking. That's one action. I need you to make a fortitude save, please.
Okay. Let me just make sure I keep track of that. You said 15, right?
Yes.
So gonna need to patch this thing up before we move forward.
Yeah, before too long. It doesn't take long.
Yeah. So you said fortitude?
Mm-hmm.
Oof, that's my lowest one.
Oof. Let's see. 22 is not a critical failure, so that's good. So you gain the effects of stage 1 of Goliath Spider Venom. So that's 2d6 poison damage, and you are slowed 1 for a round. So let's see. Did that give it to itself? That would be stupid. No. Let's see. Where are you, Sir Hop? So yeah, I need to give that to you. So 2d6. Where's the 2d6? Give that to him. Alright, are you now slowed? Oh, that's very strange. I'm just going to roll 2d6. How about that? That'll be faster.
Yeah, let me also so my shield block, because of the sparkling targe arcane cascade, I can like stop different damage types, like more than just like physical. I think it mostly talks about area of effects, and I don't know exactly the specifics. But if this is part of the same attack, would I be able to reduce this, or does this already? It's bypassed everything at this point.
I think it's already bypassed everything at this point.
Okay.
Yeah. So it does manage to get 8 points of poison damage, which I gave to you, and you are now slowed 1 for, I think it's a round. Let me double check. Stage 1, 1 round. Yep. All right, so it has 2 actions left still. That was only its first one. So it is going to attempt to, well, it's going to run over here, back towards its webs. Come on, keep moving. And it's going to attempt to web attack you. There. Actually, it's going to try Merla, because she seems more defenseless. It's going to miss. Okay, end of the turn.
I'm just an old woman.
Erend, you are grabbed by this thing in the webs.
So what do I do to attempt to escape this?
You could try to cut it. You could try fire damage, acid damage. You could try shooting it, I guess. The explosion from the fire sort of.
Shoot it, yeah.
Yeah, so...
I'll just give you an attack?
Yeah, throw it in the chat. I think the webs have an AC. Let me look. AC of 20. Now 30, you crit. So there you go. So go ahead and hold shift while you roll damage in the chat.
All right.
They have hardness 5. So 5 of that does not go through. So you did 27 damage, HP of 20. Okay, so yep, you freed yourself. So I will take away your grabbed condition. And since you're no longer in the smoke stick, you are no longer concealed. There we go. Okay, there's one action. Blam! So you shoot this tether and you free yourself.
I'll do running reload. Get back into the cloud here.
All right, then I will give you concealed again. 1 second.
And then this thing is stunned, so let's shoot at it. Does it get a... I guess it'll apply. Shoot, right. And that's horrible.
Oof. You do have a single hero point.
Yeah, let's do that. Alright, let's try it again.
Well, it wasn't a critical miss, I guess.
Yeah. So I don't get a misfire. Because I think if I crit miss with a gun, I gotta use an action to like clear it out and everything like that. So
yeah, it's a pain in the butt. So that actually was helpful for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, you shoot yourself free, you run back into your smoke, and then you fire and miss. Merla, you're up again. This thing just shot its webs at you and moved back towards its webs.
Well, since using a spell and a cantrip didn't work, I'm gonna use Wild Shape.
Yes. All right. Okay. So I need you to go to the like the character sheets and open up the thing that's called Merla's animal form 5th in parentheses, and tell me what animal are you wanting to turn into?
Big dog. Big dog.
Big. I have these. Give me a second. Where is it? It's not Smiteworks. Oh, not that. I have these somewhere. Portraits? Oh, it's so laggy right now. It's so bad. There. I don't want Demarius. Go away, Demarius.
Get out of here.
Get out of here, you.
Let me help. Irori.
Hell, I have data? Oh, I think it's in the data folder. There we go. Okay, so dog. That's okay. Yes. There we go. Data. This. Come on. Well, I think that will work. So put you up here. Then dragon form 5th. What is your 34? So that's 34. You are a PC. You are friendly. There we go. So you should be able to control yourself from that character sheet now, Merla.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what do
does
they
my token
see
change
as
at
you
all?
turn into this huge wolf? Oh, that's right. That's right. Yes. 1 second.
And
Why
I'm
is that still
huge
at-
size.
Yes, you are
Oh
huge.
shit.
Wait, why is that an age still? I don't want that. Oh, I know what the problem is.
This tiny little ape on the screen. Who is that?
Oh, my apes.
That is incorrect. That to go away. Wolf? There we go. Okay, I figured it out. Get rid of that. Merla, 34. And then plop it down. Oh my god, Fantasy Grounds is so laggy right now. It's killing me. I swear I'm with... On the page. Okay, it's small, but I can make it big. There we go. All right, Merla. So, what do they see as this happens?
I think that Merla will kind of like do some jazz hands, and then the plants that grow naturally on her hat and her shoulders will kind of very quickly envelop her body and start this kind of swirling nature tornado that then suddenly expels, and she's a gigantic wolf with moss growing on its fur.
Aw.
I love that. With moss all over her, that's fantastic. So, you also get, I think, some temporary hit points.
Sick.
Oh god, I need to look up how many really quick. Sorry. I should have had this ready.
You get 5 temporary hit points. It's like really lame. Like, what the hell?
It's got to be more than that.
Yeah,
Oh, it's more
for
than
sure.
that. She's technically a 5th level, so you get 15-foot reach, 20 temporary hit points. There it is. So let me give you that there. Merla.
15-foot reach?
HP.
Big dog.
Yeah, she's huge.
That's insane. I mean, I guess.
Big dog.
And then wild shape is 2 actions, I believe, so I still have my 3rd.
It's a big dog. And her total hit points. That's right.
Yeah. So I will make a bite attack.
All right, bite attack. Go for it. So go ahead and roll. Just drop that on it, just like Con would.
Mhm.
Ooh, that's a miss. You have a hero point if you want to use it. We're probably relatively close to the end of the session, so.
Yeah.
And you don't get extra Pathfinder points at the end if
Very
you don't
true.
use it.
Yeah, I'll do it. Big dog. Let's
Big
go.
dog. Not quite. Okay, well, you're a huge dog now. It is up to this spider. It is stunned though, so it can't. I don't think it can. Yeah, it's stunned for a round, so that's the end of its turn. Sir Hop, we're up to you.
Okay. So remind me, what does slowed mean again?
You lose 1 action.
That was what I was afraid you were going to say, and that actually
better than
is highly Sure, it's better than stun. It's still highly upsetting. I need to close this distance, and I don't think that there's a way to do that without spending an action. Which sucks. So in order to just keep up my warding aggression, I'm gonna see. Can I move? We've kind of destroyed a lot of these webs because of that Triceratops.
Yeah, they're mostly gone at this point.
Can I move my speed to get to like here and get flanking?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And yeah, there's no webs at that point, so you can definitely get flanking. Let me give it flat-footed.
Okay, cool.
Flat. So, being laggy, but I'm trying. There we go. Flat-footed. Wait, did it go? No, I gave it to you. Sorry, 1 second. Let me take that away. You are not flat-footed. The creature is flat-footed on this. There.
Cool.
Okay, we're good.
Awesome. I am going to make 1 attack instead of multiple attacks, much to my chagrin. Here we go.
Not good. Again,
Not
you
so good.
you have a hero point, don't you?
Nope.
Oh, you used yours? Okay.
Last session, I think I used a bunch all at once because I really wanted something to work.
Right. No, but you get everyone gets one every session. Did you use one for today already?
I have
No,
not.
I don't think you did.
Yeah, I think 2 have been used.
Here we go.
Aaron and Merla, I think, have used theirs.
Yep.
All right.
That's better.
Hey.
There you go. So that means your
Alrighty.
warding aggression will stay up now that you hit. So I would say that was worth it.
That was definitely worth it. And here's a little damage, just a little taste of
Okay.
what Syrup has to offer.
Okay, and you are no longer slowed.
Yay!
So that's the end of your turn, though. Slowed.
Cool.
Bubblegum, you're up. You were still concealed within the smoke. That spider was kind of stunned there for a second because of your mind blast, but it seems to be shaking it off now.
Okay. Perfect. So I think I'm just gonna get disgusting straight up, and nobody's gonna be able to believe me, unless you were there to witness it.
True.
I want to do vampiric
Exsanguination.
exsanguination. Yes.
That one's a really high level spell. I don't recommend wasting a 6th level spell on this thing.
No. Okay, then I will not. Then I shall not.
That's a really high level spell for spiders.
That is true.
You can do what you want, but
you know what? I take that. I'll take that. And I was just feeling pretty gross. So then you know what? I'll just do a flaming spear at it. Spear.
There you go. Flaming sphere, sweet.
Spear.
That'll be great. Oh, from your staff, right?
Yes.
So go ahead and make that reflex save by clicking the D20 under Ref DC 30 under Flaming Sphere. There you go.
There we go.
Oh, it failed. That's good. So it does regular 46 fire damage. So go ahead and give it that damage.
Yes.
As you take your staff, you point it at this thing, and flames erupt out of it, burn this thing, and it catches the webs on fire that are right next to it. Those start to catch. I actually have an image for it somewhere. So that's 2 actions, I believe, right?
Yes.
Sphere. Yep. So you still have 1 more left.
I'm just gonna move a little closer. Just use that as my action. Kind of get
Okay. All right. So you moved up a little closer, and yeah, you've burned that thing. It is now, the webs are on fire as well. That brings it to, I believe, no, end of the round. Okay, so that'll take it to the top. That's the other spider. Okay, seeing this giant wolf in front of it, that's what it's going to go after. So this thing's going to lash out at Merla with its fangs, if I can make Fantasy Grounds follow me what I'm doing. Fangs. There we go. Wait. Sure. So this thing has to target. Oh, I see what happened. Okay. Sorry, I'm still getting used to Merla's thing, her wild shape. I'll figure out the bugs in this in a bit. So the spider needs to target Merla. Spider, target Merla. Okay, finally got it. Fantastic. Then she's going to bite out at Merla. Hit. Do some damage. Fantastic. Now, Merla, I need you to make a fortitude save for me, please.
You can using Merla stats.
The wolf, I think. Or it should be the same, actually.
Merla has higher fortitude.
Oh, never.
replaceable.
Yeah, use Merla's. I apparently didn't set those for the animal form. So there you go. 22, not great. That's a fail, but not a critical failure. So you get stage 1, 2d6 poison damage, and you're slowed 1. Fantastic.
Wow.
So let me give you a slowed 1. 6, slowed. Just the slow old woman. 2d6 of poison. That's 8 damage. So that eats away from your total of 169. So then 8 off of that is 161. Okay, there we go. That was one action. It's going to attempt to web you there, Merla. Don't think it's gonna... Nope, that's a very big miss. Then lastly, it's gonna try to bite you one more time with its fangs.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, definitely not. Critical miss. End of the spider's turn. It's kind of flailing around. Aaron, you're up. You see that Bubblegum has just walked out of your smoke and set this spider on fire.
Ooh, all right. Let's see. I'm trying to remember if I believe I ended on a shot, so
Yeah, I think you need to reload.
yeah. All right, where's my character sheet? It's hiding in the map. There you are. All right, so I guess I will step up a little closer, use my running reload, and then I will shoot.
Blah blah.
Blam 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 blam.
Good roll.
I will use my called
Wait, I
shot.
started blast.
Started blasting. Let's see. Let me just double check. Called shot. All right. And then yeah, let's just do the legs again because 10 feet seem to help, especially if it's running away.
Another blast rings out. That was almost
a 20. Yeah.
But you managed to hit. You do hit. And you said you were hitting its legs again?
Yeah.
And that makes it slow?
Minus 10 speed penalty to the end of my turn.
Okay. Got it. Cool. That means you have one action left, I think.
Yes. What are we gonna do here? I guess just reload and hope for the best.
All right, fantastic. That brings it to Merla, the huge wolf. And actually, this thing is flat-footed now because Sir Hop got in there for you. So let me get at that real quick. Flat-footed. There we go.
Nice. Let's do a couple bite attacks
All right.
and just
Get
see
it
how
in.
those go.
See how they go. Not great. Yikes.
Can I hit one thing today? Apparently not.
Your rolls have been real bad. It's terrible. Oh my goodness.
What? Oh,
Last one because it's funny.
Oh, that's the best roll you had.
That should have. You know what? I'm feeling generous. I'm going to give you one.
No, don't. You don't have to.
You've just had the worst rolls. It's unreal.
But it's been funny.
It is kind of funny. It is
It's
kind of
funny.
We all have our days.
all right.
Save
we
your
all have
mercy
ours.
for later. I'll
All
hold
right,
you
you'll
to it.
need the mercy. Okay, back to this spider. It doesn't like being on fire. So it's going to, let's see, it has a 10-foot movement speed less, so it can only move 35. 5, 10, 15, 20, so it can get to here. And it's going to attempt to bite out at Bubblegum, who's the one who set it on fire.
Yeah. Also, we need to retcon that last attack because I forgot I'm slowed 1. So it still
that's
hits,
right.
and it just didn't matter at all. So I'll try to remember that.
All right, yeah. But you're no longer slow. So,
Oh, sick.
yeah, there we go. Boop. And your animal form shouldn't be flat-footed. Wait a minute. Did I get the spider? Yeah, he was flat-footed. Okay. So it has bit out at Bubblegum, who it hits. So I need to do some damage to you. Now is when you could use Blood Vendetta.
Yes, that is when I was. Yes,
Okay.
I'm going to do
Yep, so it does this.
these.
Real quick, let me finish up the poison. So give me a fortitude save
No problem. Where is that under again?
on your main tab, or at the top of your actions tab as well.
Okay. 42. Do I just drop that in
the chat. Yeah.
in the chat?
Well, that was really good. That was a success. So no additional things happen after you get bit other than getting bit. So it is also going to attempt to web you now. Let's see if it can pull it off. It did. Let's see if it gets through your... Oh, it still gets through that. Okay, so you are now grabbed, and it's going to try to move away.
Great. Love it.
Grab. However, it realizes that its webs are on fire, and it can't crawl up there anymore, so it's only going to move this way. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. That's as far as it can get, but it's dragging you with it.
Is that with the speed move penalties?
Yes, it has a 45-foot movement speed.
Yeesh, God.
Yeah, so I only moved it 35. But that's the end of its turn.
Right. Love it.
So Sir Hop, you are up, and that thing is flat-footed to you. And you're muted.
I said, okay. Okay, I'm starting to get a feeling that we are having more trouble against these giant monster spiders than I initially intended. So I have an important question, and I don't remember how we ruled this last time. On the Scrolls of True Strike, it says casting a spell is a 2-action thing to use a scroll. However, True Strike's only 1 action. Using a scroll of a spell, is it equivalent to the amount of actions the spell would normally take, or is it always just 2, no matter how many actions it normally takes?
I think it's equivalent to what the spell is.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would allow me to use 1 and then have 2 actions to do other stuff with. So I'm going to whip out the scroll, whoosh, and it consumes the scroll. True Strike my next attack, and I'm going to Spell Strike using Acid Splash on my next attack. So we'll do advantage first to see if I can hit.
Oh yeah, that's right, advantage. So rare in Pathfinder.
Yeah, it is kind of a rarity here. Cool.
Oh shit, you don't need it.
Yeah, well, good to know. Let's add. So first, I'm just gonna roll the attack damage, which has that +2, and that's.
So add your +2 or whatever.
Or I guess do I add +4 for the crit, or is it?
I think it'll double it. If it doesn't, I'll add an extra 2.
Okay. I hope so.
Let's see, +2. I don't think it did, so I'll give it another 2.
Okay. Nice, and the bleed damage is on there too. Hell yeah.
It does bleed? How much?
It's a D6 of bleed. It's a wounding rapier, right? So.
Oh, yep.
Hopefully that doubled as well. And then as for Acid Splash, I believe that Acid Splash is why can't I find
the bleed will happen on its turn, not your turn.
That's fair. There's also persistent acid as well now.
Jesus.
That's going to be happening on its turn. That's 3 persistent acid.
3? Okay, so let me give it that as well. That's going to be nasty.
Yeah, and then I'm going to just roll this twice. So here's for the crit.
Mm-hmm. Good God. And that's the acid splash?
Yeah, and then I take 4, I think, acid
that sounds
damage.
Right. But aren't you resistant?
I'm not, I believe. I think I had a thing that makes it so that what's that thing I added with the caustic crystal? God damn, I feel so silly because I don't remember half the stuff that I have here. There's the armor version, which would give me resistance 2 to acid, which would negate it. The weapon is after you cast an acid spell by activating a star, which I just did. Your strikes the weapon deal an additional D4, which is 2 more D4 of damage till the end of the turn. So let's just add another 2D4 acid here.
2 more? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's not looking very good, but it's still on its feet.
Okay, and I'll add those wounds to me then.
Okay, you'll add it.
Yeah, so I got.
Right, I think that's the end of your turn, correct?
That was a good turn. I feel
That was good, yeah.
satisfied.
You did a lot of damage on that. All right, so that brings it to Bubblegum. You are being dragged by this spider that has just webbed you.
Hate this. All right, yeah, I am definitely going to use Blood Vendetta as my reaction to that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's good.
So
How do I
makes
add
a
that?
save? It has to make a save. So go to the magnifying glass and then click the
Save?
will DC. Yep. Oh, and its will DCs are real bad. So
Mm-hmm.
there we go. It failed just barely.
Good.
So Blood Vendetta is a second level spell that does 2d6 persistent bleed. So I'll take care of that on my end. So it works. This thing, as it bites you, you cast a spell and it splits open a little bit.
Good.
Oh wait, it should have taken that on its turn, actually. So 2d6 bleed. So let me actually roll that, because I forgot that is a reaction, so it should have more damage than it does. 1 second.
Okay.
2d6. Wow, and I rolled max damage. So actually, when you did that, it did 12 points of bleed on the first try.
Excellent.
98. All right, so yeah, then you just did. What did you just do?
I only did my reaction.
Oh, that was it. So now it's your actual turn.
Yeah,
right.
so it's
We're
not
back where
my,
we
not
should
my
be.
actual turn.
We're
It's
where
all
we should
good. I figured you were in the moment.
Hmm.
And I'm entangled and it's dragging me.
That's right.
All right.
You can, just a point of thing, your flaming sphere up there, if you don't sustain it and move it, it will go away. But you can sustain it and keep casting.
How do I move it?
Just with your action, and I'll move the actual token.
Yeah. We'll throw that sphere right at it.
All right, so let me grab the sphere. Move this guy. Come on. Grab the sphere. There we go. It's laggily moving over to the spider.
Amazing.
So now go ahead and make it do another reflex save like you did the last time.
All right, and hold on. What level spell was it? That was Flaming Sphere. Cool. And the reflex is the D20.
Yes. Oh, it succeeded, so it's only going to take half damage, but hey, that's still some damage. So go ahead and roll the blood icon thing. All right, so it did 5 damage of bleed for that flaming sphere. Okay, so you still have 2 actions left. That was just sustaining that fire and slamming it into this thing.
Excellent. So yeah, with that, I want to use Slag Claws.
Oh, slag. Right.
Yeah,
Right.
and
Okay.
even though it's got me, my nails extend, and I want to try to strike it and break myself free.
Okay, so you actually get a bonus to yourself from that. So let me give you that there. Oh wait, whoops, that's not what I meant to do.
That's fine. Do what you got.
Ignore all of that.
I didn't see a thing.
Next to your Slag Claws spell, click the icon, and then click the little sword button. That'll roll an attack for you. There we go, and you hit it. So your claws extend out of your fingernail tips, piercing into this thing's abdomen.
And do I roll for damage?
Yes. Yep, you slice into this thing and it starts to bleed. You're doing 11 points of piercing damage to it. And I think you also do, well, normally that would add bleed damage, but your Vendetta spell already gave it bleed damage, and bleed damage doesn't stack. If that had been a crit, it would have gone up to a d12, but it was not. So you still have 1 more action, I think. Yes. Oh no, the slag.
No, I
claws
don't.
is
That was 2.
Yep, that's it. So end of that brings it to the top of the round. This big old spider doesn't like nothing that's going on here. Sir Hop just did a shit ton of damage to it, so it's gonna bite at you.
It's gonna bite? It's not gonna run away to try to not die?
It's gonna miss, so it's gonna try webbing you in place, and then it's probably gonna try and run away. Because it's doing bad. Yeah, it missed that. So it is definitely going to try hobbling away as it is. The acid is burning it. It's the bleed damage is coming off of it, and it makes it to about here. And we're going to see what happens after I hit this button. Just a little bit of damage. It wasn't quite enough, so it is still standing. Aaron, it's your turn.
All right. Oh boy, is Bubblegum still restrained? Then are you
Yes.
being dragged?
Oh no,
Yeah.
she burned the
Wait,
thing.
yeah.
That's
Yeah, I
right.
did.
You did.
Burn.
You burned the
free.
web, so no, you're free.
Okay. Come on, character sheet. There we go. Leave. I shot it again, so kind of run up here, running reload. Get a shot. Come on, crit. Nope. All right.
Regular hit. That'll do.
Let's see. Where are my skills? Oops, wrong one. Abilities, that's what I was looking for. Here. Okay, so I'm gonna attempt to create a diversion while I'm shooting at it.
Okay.
To,
What does that do? Or how do I do that?
let me look it up real quick.
It's probably against its will save, right? Its will DC?
I'm not sure. I know it's against my deception.
Sure, yeah. Just roll a deception and it's probably against its will DC.
Okay,
So-
and then it normally gets a +4, but it only gets a +2 because I have a feat for it.
Okay. So you need to beat a 29.
All right, deception, go.
Yeah.
33.
So you do manage to feint this thing or whatever it is, distract it.
Yeah. Do the gesture, a trick, or a distracting word. You create a diversion, draws the creature's attention elsewhere, and then gains the manipulate trait. Blah blah blah. On a success, you become hidden to the creature whose perception DC is less than or equal to the result. And then the last until the end of your turn, and then all I can do is step or hide or sneak.
All right.
And then
Yeah.
the
So you are now
creature
hidden.
remains flat-footed against me. Then
Oh, it's
until,
flat-footed.
until I'm
Okay.
observed.
Nice. There you go. It's flat-footed now.
All right. So then,
There it is. Yeah.
all right. So that worked because I used that shot that I shot out of the mist to like kind of distract it. And then flat-footed. That I guess my last action is reload then. So
Okay.
that should do it for me.
All right. So that's your end of your turn then. Merla, that brings it to you.
Come on, Wolfie.
Yeah, come on, Wolf. We'll close distance.
All right.
be a
It's
dog.
within. Yep, it's within range. So Merla, smelling blood, runs after this thing.
Wolfie doing?
And I don't think it's flat-footed anymore.
That's correct. Yes. Let me get to that.
Well, would
Yeah,
you be
if,
able to
if I'm
attack
gonna
it?
fail, I'm gonna fail fairly.
There you go.
Would you be able to attack it from where you were? Because you have like a 15-foot reach.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you did have 15 feet.
You wouldn't
worth of
necessarily
reach.
have
I
to
did,
even
but it was
chase
like
down.
30 feet away, right?
Nah, you'd probably have to make at least a little close a little distance.
Okay. Try to save you some movement.
Lunge after one of its many legs.
Yeah. Come on, dice.
What is with your rolls? This is unreal.
You should change
I
the
don't
color of
know.
your
Sad.
dice. Those black dice are horrible.
Rude.
That wouldn't have been.
Aw.
That would have been enough if it was your first attack. That 12 would have been enough. God.
I like to think that you've been saying, I'm just a little old lady for so long, it's starting to manifest in your life. I
I'm
just say
internalizing
that.
it now.
Yeah, you're like, I just say that. That does not mean anything.
Well, that's your turn. You moved and attacked and attacked. That brings it down to this spider. It's gonna... yeah, this one is going to try to attack, move over here and attack at Erend, because he's the one shooting it. So it's getting out of the fire, and it's going to try to bite at you. Oh, we'll see if it can get through the hidden. It cannot. So because you are hidden, it actually missed you.
All
So
right.
Attack, and it's going to try to web Bubble again. Totally miss. All right, useless turn. But it takes some damage, bleed, and it fails its save, so it's going to keep taking damage. So it's bleeding. Sirhat, you're up. You see this thing running off into the forest, bleeding, acid damage, melting it.
I have a feeling that the acid and the bleed are gonna do this thing in. And I'm gonna yell to Merla like, it's on the run. It's not coming back anytime soon. It might die on its way running. So let's go check in with our allies. And I'm going to use all 3 of my actions to stride as far as my 30-foot movement can get me to just see what's going on. That's going to be my turn, and everything's really laggy, so if you want to just go to the next turn while I try to figure that out.
Go ahead. So next up is Bubble. You are no longer restrained, but this thing is biting at Erend, and it's looking pretty desperate.
Oh yeah, it does.
And you can move your fire in if you want to attack it again.
Oh yes, please.
Sure. So make it roll that reflex save again.
Okay. Oop. That one's like 12. Going down. There.
It failed, so it'll take full damage. Go ahead and use the damage on that. Beautiful. Oh, that was pretty good, yeah. As this thing burns up again. So you still have 2 actions.
And the only time that the vendetta thing happens is when I get attacked,
Yeah,
right?
when you get attacked, yes.
Perfect. Just making sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, awesome. So with that, I have 2 actions, you said?
That's right. Because all you had to do was move the fire. You didn't have to recast it.
So I think what I'm going to do is just acid splash at it.
Okay. I just realized something.
Mhm.
You're a witch. You don't
Mhm.
have to use an action to sustain a spell.
Oh,
You
no,
can
I
do that
don't.
for
Don't
free.
worry.
That's right. So you just cackle really loud, and the
Yes.
fire just continues to move. So you actually have your full three actions.
Oh, excellent.
That's the
Forgot
benefit
because
of having
we had cackle for that reason.
That's the point of having cackle. I completely
Yeah.
forgot. Yeah, so you cackle like you let your witch cackle, and the fire persists and moves into the spiders. So you still have your full 3 actions.
Okay, so if I have full 3 actions, okay, I'm gonna You know what? No, I'm still gonna do acid splash on it.
Okay, cool. Don't want to waste a bunch of spells. So
Nah.
acid splash, I think it's a spell attack.
Yes.
Yeah. So go ahead and attack it with the
Sword?
little sword icon. Yep.
Oh.
That's enough. So then do the 1d6 acid. That'll be, hey, full damage. That's good. So then that's the end of your turn. End of the round. Back up top. Who does that bring us to? This one. Yeah, this spider is taken off. It's just going into the forest. We'll see if the acid is gonna be enough. Oops. Ugh. There we go. So end of its turn. See what happens. Yep. Merla, the last thing you see as this spider is running away is the acid eats through its legs, and it onto the ground as just an abdomen, and it is
fantastic.
Aaron,
You
you're
hear
up.
it screeching.
Yep.
Ugh. Come on,
Yeah, Aaron,
character
this
sheet.
spider's right up in your shit.
Yeah, I got it flat-footed on me, so I'm gonna blast it in the face.
Started blasting. That's a hit.
Ew.
Yep. Barely.
I wanted a crit though.
Good,
All right.
good. All right, there's some damage.
Back up, running reload.
Mm-hmm. And again.
And one more shot. Hopefully I can crit it. Kill it.
Ooh, that's a
Not
real
with the
bad
2.
shot.
All right, I guess that's it.
Merla, you're up. You can hear your compatriots down at the bottom still having problems.
Yeah, I'll use all 3 actions to stride.
Okay, you have 40 feet movement as a canine, so
Sick.
that's 120 feet you can move. So you're gonna probably pass by Sir Hop. So we'll end you. That's the spider. Okay, so it doesn't like where it's at, and this thing is indeed going to also follow suit of its brother, run down into the forest. But I think it also is bleeding, correct? Yes. So let's see if the bleeding can do this. And its turn. Come on. Okay, how much damage is it gonna? Wow, Fantasy Grounds is so laggy right now. It's unbelievable. Come on, the suspense on those dice is killing me. Does anyone else see that?
Yeah.
There we go. 7 damage, and it succeeded against its effect, so it's no longer bleeding, but it wasn't quite enough to kill it. So you managed to, you see this thing make its way off into the forest, and it is out of there.
Mm-hmm. Dang.
Not quite. It was very close. But that is the end of the combat. Out of initiative order now. The spiders are gone. So you are free to talk amongst yourselves, get back together.
Yeah, try to rush towards each other. He's like, you okay?
Oh, yeah. No.
Whoa.
That was gross. Ugh.
Indeed. It looks like there was a pair on the outside here. There might have been a mating pair. I wouldn't be surprised if they're...
I don't want to think about that. They're just large, regular spiders.
They might have a brood, I'm sorry, inside this place. It would not surprise me.
Lovely.
Bark, wolf.
I might be able to barf the vermin, but it still doesn't make me like them anymore. Or less.
Maybe we should burn this place down to the ground.
Well, the smoking the place out idea seems to be a good idea now. I think it was good of us to try to take on the perimeter. Let's just go as a group then.
Yeah, I think that's wise.
Stick together, buddy system.
Yes, I did not expect there to be such large vermin on the outside. That was quite unexpected. I will say you'll be proud of us, Bubblegum. We found a Triceratops caught in the web and we freed it, and it was able to. What is that? I'm sorry, did I say Triceratops? Another dinosaur, like a large one with...
Is that what you've named it? That's a cute name.
Yeah, because it had 3 horns, so and then a big top, so top. And then Sarah just seemed like a good name for her. I think it was a female, so I called her Sarah.
You know what? I love that. Yes, more dinosaur friends for us. We'll get an army. It's fine.
Gave it some water as we freed it, and I think it was unfortunately the stomping of it as it ran away that drew the attention of our spider. Which,
yes. Yeah,
but
it happens.
We killed ours, though, so thankfully that's not going to come back to really do much for us.
Killed ours too.
I saw that run into the woods. I'm pretty sure that one's still alive, but don't worry. Animals, thankfully, are smart enough to understand that if they almost died at a place, they're probably not going to go back to nest there. They'll probably find a new nesting place after they've healed, if they heal.
Here.
Well, also, I'm not. Can I make a nature check to know what I know of like arachnids and bugs as a Gripply here?
Throw a nature check in the tower.
Yeah,
that's definitely something you would potentially know about.
Yeah, and I think wild shape ends since it's been
a minute.
It's been a minute. Yeah, so goodbye, wolf.
Let me take animal form Merla off the map there.
What was do I know?
I'm sorry. 33. Oh yeah, you know. Sorry, I accidentally said it out loud. You rolled a 33. It's really good.
Nice.
It was one of those where I was like, oh god, 33, and I just accidentally said it out loud. Sorry. What was it you were trying to learn about arachnids?
I'm pretty sure arachnids, as well as a lot of other arthropod species, don't have maternal instincts like mammalian and other like vertebrate species. Generally, like I know small-sized spiders will sometimes just attach their eggs to little wisps that will catch it on the wind and just spread them out to the four winds, scatter them out, hoping that enough of them survive into adulthood that the species can propagate. So I would not expect these creatures to come back for their brood, probably trying to save their own skins and maybe find another mate to create another nest somewhere. Yes. Yeah. Assuming those were a nesting pair, generally spiders are also solitary creatures, so I wouldn't expect there to be two very large spiders in the same place unless they were a brood.
Okay.
So we've definitely got either eggs or little tiny spiders to deal with soon.
Oh, okay, good. Keep that in mind.
Yes. Well, I'm kind of hungry, so I'm not actually that upset about this. This is kind of good news. It's just those big ones I was a little worried about. Any bites? Did anyone get bit?
I mean, I got hurt a little, yeah.
They were trying to drag us into the webs and eat us, so we didn't get bit.
Yeah. I got hit and grappled by one, but...
I got bit a few times, but I think I'm fine.
Sir Hop has two giant fang marks in his shoulder that are just like slowly oozing. He's just like, I didn't get bit. I'm good. I might need
Zero in a zombie movie.
I might need if there is like a antitoxin. I just like to drink those just because I think they taste good, not because I'm poisoned or anything. If anyone has something like that. I'm definitely fine. I will say, Sir Hob did get his ass kicked a little bit. He took like 30 something wounds.
If you want, you can take the 10 minutes to like patch up and have and like work on your shield a little bit because it took a beating as well.
Yeah. I would go to Aaron and be like, well, this did help a lot, but it got a bit scraped up if you want to assist me.
I do have root magic.
Oh yeah, that helps with the poison, doesn't it?
Yeah, I can assemble a small pouch with herbs, hair, oils, or other ingredients, which I can grant to one ally. And actually, it's kind of like a during thing, but for the first time during the day, ally attempts a saving throw or haunt. Heck.
That's not helpful in this exact situation,
Nope.
but I will tell you that that'll probably be helpful soon.
Good.
Now that we know what we're dealing with, like, we didn't know we were going up against spiders. Now that we do, it makes sense that you would be like, okay, I can prepare something.
Yeah, I'm gonna prepare something and give it to Sir Hop. Like, here you go for the future. So you now have like a little pouch full of pink hair.
Appreciate it. Interestingly, a lot of us Grippleys produce our own toxins on the skin surface, but venom is straight up venom. Like, once that hits your bloodstream, there's really not a lot you can do.
You'll feel pretty good. You might, get a bonus every now and then. It's good.
I appreciate it, and he'll tie it to his like belt pouch while he brings out his shield, and he's got like a bunch of supplies that Aaron helped him pick out, but he carries because it's for his shield. So he's just like, all right, let's see, how do we get to work on this?
I got a 30 on a crafting check.
Good lord, yeah, you did. So yeah, your shield, I think that gives it all of them back, right? When you do the crafting on it. I don't remember exactly.
I don't know how that works. I'll be honest. But if you want to rule it that way, I'm cool
let's
with
rule it that way for now, and we'll look up the actual rules later. No one likes watching us look up rules.
Sure.
Also, can I use my greater healer's gloves?
Absolutely.
On Sir Hop to take care of some of those wounds?
Absolutely.
Thank
Those
you.
are like a once an
so
hour
nice.
thing, I think.
It's once per day.
Once per day.
But
okay.
I won't have to use a spell slot.
Yes, that's the
Now,
best part.
are they healer's gloves or greater's healer's gloves? Because you
Greater.
gave me this greater. Ooh.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep. It's the +2 bonus and the 46 plus 15.
Ooh, dang.
So I'll roll 46.
And then put the 15 in the modifier.
Yeah. Oh, is it control click or shift click?
Right click as to pick up more dice. Like as you're holding it, right click a couple of times. There you go.
There we go. So you get 30 healing
30.
back. 15
Nice.
plus 15.
That puts you
Alright.
at 9 wounds, almost full health. That's
That's
great.
not bad. And so that pouch of pink hair is that for like fortitude saves? Is that what that's for?
Okay, so basically, with what that pouch of pink hair does for root magic, so it's like hair and oil. The first time that day an ally attempts a saving throw against a spell or a haunt, they gain +1 circumstance bonus to the roll, and the bonus increases to 2 if you're an expert in occultism, or +3 if you're legendary. So you get essentially, for what I know of you, you get a +1 against a spell thrown at you as a saving throw.
Okay.
Spell or a
+1
haunt.
circumstance to spell save or a haunt.
Mhm.
But I don't know if that's something we'll have to deal with. Spell's more common.
Right.
So I wrote that in the inventory just to kind of remind me.
Mhm.
Cool. Yeah, I guess we take 10 minutes. We might have done this not right here, maybe back near Ingdani. If we want to go back to the front, or if we want to just continue around the side, since she's probably just on her phone that they have in this world, sort of like
Let's
waiting for us to figure this out.
Yeah, let's continue on.
Okay. So again, there's this little entrance here at the south, the double door. There's this kind of squarish outcropping here that you're seeing on this building. And as you're passing by, you see another little outcrop of a round room that's connected through a small hallway to a very large elliptical-looking area, like a big domed-off area.
How high are the walls of like the roof of this thing?
Most of them are about 25 to 30 feet, but the big dome is quite large. It's more like 40 to 50 feet at its peak.
Seems like an important part of this building. And I'm trying to move my character, but it's
Yeah, I think it's gonna be lag-tastic the rest of the day. So
oh, there we go.
I'll just describe what you see on the rest of the perimeter, because no spoilers, there aren't any other enemies on the outside. I'll just save us a little time on that one.
Okay.
So around the rest of the outside of what you see here is there's a small sand pit in the southeast that's flanked by a couple of different statues. Let's see if I have any pertinent information about that. Yeah, several statues surround this beaten patch of dirt. Most resemble animals, but 2 depict androgynous humans. I see. I gotcha. So you are walking all the way around the place?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, let's put you over there on that area. Would you see the area with the sand A15 or whatever, if that even shows?
Yeah.
So yes, you see several statues surrounding this patch of dirt. A couple of humanoids, but 2 are depicting some kind of androgynous humanoids. Give me religion or society in the tower. Anyone who wants to see if you can figure anything about this out.
Okay. Once my
Once everything
sheet
loads, it's all going
registers,
so right now.
I'll be sure to do that.
We're nearly done. This lag is killing me.
Yeah, this isn't.
I'm not sure if it's my internet or if it's Fantasy Grounds or what the hell.
I think it might be Fantasy Grounds because
Yeah, that's happening for all of us.
Yeah, at least it's happening for all of us.
Yeah, because it told me I did the skill, but I haven't seen the dice roll or anything yet.
All right. Well, then instead of trying to move you guys' selves and everything, you can tell that this seems like the kind of place that the original denizens of this place would go to spar or train, because it looks like a sparring ground. And what order would you be walking to this place in? Who would be first?
I suppose I'd go first.
Aaron? Okay. So as you're kind of checking out that sand pit area, you notice that the 2 more androgynous-looking human statues start to move, and they make a move towards you. And I think that's where we're going to end today.
Good idea.
That's a good cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Thank you for dealing with the lag that we have on this, the end of today. Hopefully, it'll be a little bit better next time. I think we're on for next week, right?
Yeah.
Does anyone else have
As far as
anything?
I know.
We're good? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, as far as we know, we'll be playing next week. So, we hope you all join us. Does anyone have anything to plug? Shane?
Oh, I have a YouTube channel. I just released some music for a character that I play with on a Monday game. Kind of releasing a song for each of the characters that are in that game. So if you're interested in D&D music for characters and stuff, you can check that out. It's Cool Boy Shane on YouTube.
Great. Abe? Anything you got to plug?
Sure. Just play Saturday night Curse of Strahd on my Twitch channel, Abe_Sinister on Twitch. Other than that, just check us out here at Bard's Playhouse. We have something going on like this, and other games coming up. And merch store. So Ash is in here, so I'm gonna plug that for you guys. And then outside of that, do it.
All right. Elliot, you got anything?
Just follow me on Twitter at Chaos Thumb, where you can find where all my extra stuff is if you want to see the madness of everything that I post that isn't related to where I will be. That will be on Chaos Elliot. I did recently post some pictures of my friends from the Ren Fair and me sitting on chairs very bisexually on Chaos Elliot. And yeah, we went to a Ren Fair. I helped the one move. Pack some of their stuff up. We went to a Ren Fair together and we play like tabletop games together. So having the experience of playing tabletop games with people and then going to a Ren Fair with them, it was magical.
It hits different.
It hits so much different. So I was able to go do that. So check that one if you want to see those pictures. Other than that, I've only really got this because my Cyan campaign is currently on hiatus until August.
All right. Eldritch, you got anything to plug for us?
I'd actually like to plug my Twitter this week, all lowercase Eldritch_sugar, because one of my friends actually needs a bit of financial help. Her car got repossessed, and so she needs to cover the payments and keep it from being like resold in repo. And she's really close to her goal, so if you can go to my Twitter, I have the links all retweeted, and I would really appreciate supporting her.
All right.
Great. And hey, your perception or your religion and society checks finally showed up.
Yeah, I just saw it all roll in the background.
So I'll make note of that. But thank you all so much for joining us, and we hope to see you next time. Thanks so much. We'll see you around. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'm like a falling star, I burn alone. I've got a heart without a home. Underneath this empty sky, just waiting for a sign. And it seems to me that gravity has got its hold on me, but I'm about to break free. Mothership, take me home tonight. Help me find a way to turn this darkness into light. Oh, mothership, take me home tonight. Help me find a way to turn this darkness into light. Like a flare without a spark, a shadow wish into the dark. Far across the galaxy is where I dream to be. And it seems to me astrology has got it